Da, 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 da. All right. Should be streaming. Da, 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 da. Bum. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hello. Let's see. I might have to change my audio. 1 second. No. Hello. How is everybody? Hi.
Oh, crap. I'm not going to
Among
talk
Us.
much,
Among Us.
Among Us.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I'm not going to talk much, but I just really hate how I can't set my name before I join a meeting. That's so dumb.
Well,
That's
you can
weird.
change it now. It's actually on the BRB for
You know
the
what's
stream,
really funny
so
about this book?
the
voice
stream
is
can't see
needed.
it yet if you want to change it.
That's funny.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm not planning on talking much, so I'll just listen in.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so it's changed, and now the stream can see it.
Is
There we go.
my
Hello.
audio okay?
Is your
Yeah, your
audio okay?
audio's
It sounds
fine.
like it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
My voice sounds a bit weird. I don't know why. I just kind of was tired today, so if I sound weird today, that's why.
Should be good.
All right. I guess maybe it's just me. I don't know why.
I mean, it sounds different, but I don't know.
I do?
Weird is the
Huh.
right word.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. I'm not sick or anything.
You don't need to
although,
apologize.
Okay, my dog was sick for like the first half of the week, and he's better now, thankfully. But
Oh, no.
I had to take him to the vets. He was like having diarrhea all over the place and barfing, but thankfully he's good
Oh,
now.
no. That's not
He's
good.
good now,
Well,
at least.
I'm glad they got better.
I
Yeah.
hope
He's better.
Hello, everyone.
Good.
Uh,
So I saw EO yesterday. There was a special screening for
yes.
it. And I'm thinking, do you know about the film that it's kind of sort of a remake of?
Yeah, but it
Balthazar?
didn't say it was like it said it was inspired by and not a direct remake. Otherwise, it would have seen it beforehand.
Yeah,
was it
the
like
French, the
yeah,
French
Bresson
60s
or somebody?
movie. Yeah, Robert Bresson.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm pronouncing that right with the fake French accent and everything. And I saw it
Bresson.
in preparation for EO. Again, it was the second time I've seen it, and it just kind of struck me as, I don't know if anybody here has actually seen any Bresson movies, but
I have
he has
yet
this
to. I
very
know I'm
specific-
supposed to.
He has this very specific style. He calls his actors models. He doesn't want them to show any emotion so that the audience can project their own emotions onto the actors. And his style is very reserved and minimalistic, but
Mhm.
to me, it just seems unspecial and kind of
His
janky.
films in general, like his style.
His style, I've seen 4 of his films. I need to rewatch Diary of a Country Priest and Lancelot of the Lake. But
I mean, yeah,
I like Pickpocket.
I'll watch
I
him
think
at some
Pickpocket
point.
is good. And Azar Balthazar, I really didn't like, with the main reason being that the donkey barely had any impact on the plot that it's supposed to be about.
Felix, sorry, I've got a super chat. If you want to join, it was just posted on the Patreon, which I believe you can access if you sign up right now. So I don't even think you'd have to wait for next month. All right. How's everybody today?
Doing all right.
$10 tier.
Yes.
Right.
It should say the tiers. Yeah.
Yeah.
$10.
You gotta pay them $10.
Yeah.
$10 to get out.
And yeah, if there is a hand raising feature on here as well, so if anybody, has a thing that they'd like to ask or anything they'd like to say, you can use that
Oh,
too,
that's
and I'll get to
interesting.
you eventually,
They have
even if not immediately. Ow. Ugh.
Crying, laughing emoji.
I'm so
fanboy.
Oh,
I've made myself
Uh,
very busy
they
again
have a clap.
because I'm gonna be visiting my parents next week. So
oh, is that why you recorded the episode early for Mean Girls?
yeah, we recorded a few things early.
Yeah.
And why I was trying to
Speak-
do my Hobbit watch along way early also.
Is Ralph back then? The new
Yeah,
one?
he was recording in the Mean Girls episode.
Oh. Good.
Cool. I saw you gave like all the Hobbit movies lower ratings. I wonder why.
Because they suck. Because they're really bad. Hello, A Fox in Space. Hello.
Ooh.
In the chat.
Yeah, has Peter Jackson made anything good since Lord of the Rings?
Since Lord of the
Fish
Rings,
on
I mean,
Gold
like,
is supposed to be good.
I don't
King
think
Kong has
King
his
Kong was
fans.
bad.
There was a documentary he made, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
they
was a great
showed
documentary.
Those who
Yeah, he
will not
made
grow
the
old.
Beatles documentary too.
I never saw They Shall Not Grow Old.
It's
but,
really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
not a
should
bad
watch that at
director,
some
but
point.
watching Battle of the Five Armies makes me like really hate him. It was just one of those things
Yeah, that
where I'm
was-
like, you
Was it
must
an ego
hate
piece or something?
movies to make that.
There's a lot of directors that aren't bad directors, but they're just not as good as they used to be. Like
Hmm.
Ridley Scott, I think, is up there.
What's
I know
the-
some
what's-
people.
Sorry. I put
No, I was just
Spielberg
gonna
up
say-
there. Spielberg
Oh, yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
up there. I mean, I didn't hate The Fablemans, but it didn't connect with me as much as everyone else did. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a very old people movie, I'd say.
Which
I
is
heard it
funny
was
because
very
I saw it with my
saccharine.
grandmother and she didn't like it that much.
Meanwhile, there was an old lady in my theater when I saw Fablemans, and she was crying near the end. Like, so it connected with her at least.
The people at TIFF fucking loved it. Everybody at TIFF loved it. It won the audience award. It also had like fucking 10 screenings. And I think also like the environment at a film festival, if the director is there and if their name is as big as Steven Spielberg, like part of the experience is also like, ooh, they're in the crowd. I want to show them how much I love them. And you just kind of like, I think people just get sucked into that sort of mentality. Like the replies on an Elon Musk tweet, you know? Like,
Oh.
ooh, daddy.
Very strange.
By the way, I finally made a Twitter account. I finally caved in. I was like, I wanted to I was afraid
Mistake.
of, it was a mistake, kind of. I just like I was just like, what if somebody like impersonated me
now?
or something? I don't know. I just felt like there was a thing. I don't tweet much though. I was just like, why not make an account now and just and just have it exist in case if I decide to use it.
Uh-huh.
I
What's up?
completely abandoned.
What's
oh,
up,
sorry.
Kiki? You got your hand raised.
Yeah, I remember I heard a lot of buzz during TIFF about the Fablemans, and yeah, obviously with a name as big as his, that's bound to happen. I was honestly tempted to go see it, even though I don't really,
Hey.
I'm not sure if I should see that movie anyway, but yeah, it would have been cool to see Steven Spielberg regardless. But fucking remember when they kept adding screenings for Glass Onion?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I saw
Yeah.
Yeah,
Glass
those were the
Onion last
two.
night.
Those were the two like really big,
Yeah,
many screenings movies.
I'm pretty sure Glass Onion actually had more, and I finally saw it this past month, and
Yeah.
honestly, I didn't like it at all. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
watched
can
it.
understand that.
yeah, I watched it with my dad, and I thought it was really boring. But I did really like the first one, so that was kind of disappointing.
I prefer Knives Out 1 to the second one just because I think, like, I grew up
What
on
the-
these little mystery visual novels
I might
like
have to
Phoenix Wright and stuff. So, what did you say, Adam?
No, I just saw someone was trying to join, and then I didn't have the option to. Oh, there we go. Never mind. I was having an issue, but I
So
think
yeah,
it's. I
I'm
think
just
it's
a
fine
fan
now.
of these
There
murder
we go.
mysteries, and Knives Out 1 really appealed to me, to my personal tastes, and I like all the twists and turns and plays on expectations it has. Glass Onion is a little more it's simpler, I think, and that's what
It-
makes it a bit weaker than the first one. But I enjoyed both.
It
Maybe it's
feels
just my
very
personal-
Glass
made for
Onion is
TV.
fun, but I definitely liked the original more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do go into detail about Glass Onion actually on the newest podcast episode, which is not released yet, but I might do some editing for tonight, actually.
That's
No,
cool.
I just remembered that tweet that Ben Shapiro made about Glass Onion, where
That
he
was funny.
Yeah, where he was saying stuff like, "I hate this movie because it." What exactly did it say? I don't want to look up this tweet. It said something about like how it misdirected the audience, and everyone was just like, "That's literally the point of a murder mystery, dude."
Yeah. I don't think
Well,
Ben Shapiro has made any like substantive comments on art, even though he makes a lot of them. Like he makes a lot of
What
comments. I don't
movies-
think a
what
single one
movies
has been
does he like?
substantive. Well,
That's
he
Alien, right?
produced like 4 movies for the Daily Wire, so I'm assuming he likes
probably just
the-
watches conservative documentaries all the time. I imagine that's what he likes the most.
Mm.
Yeah, I wonder what his favorite
likes
movies ever
anything
are. They're
that-
probably
he li-
really
he-
like obvious ones.
Hi.
It doesn't seem
Basically, likes
Hello.
any movie that doesn't.
Imagine if they were
Hey,
like
Anchor.
surprising.
Hi.
Yeah, I don't think he's watching anything that's like outside the grain, you know, like I don't think he's watching anything that isn't explicitly advertised to the masses. Because if he did, then he wouldn't have the perspectives he does about art. You know, you wouldn't be saying like, "Oh, everything's woke right now and everything's this," and it's like if you just knew of other movies that exist, like
I'm just
You wouldn't-
picturing him watching like a foreign movie in like Korea or Mexico or something. And
Yeah.
then he's like watching it and he's like, "This is so woke." Where's the?
I just wanna know-
Didn't he say that about? Didn't he say that about? What was it called? Parasite. Didn't he say something
yeah,
about that?
that's
Wait,
like the only
really?
foreign
Oh my
language film a
God.
lot of people have
I
seen in the
didn't-
past like
I
10
didn't
years.
know that, so he's beyond parody.
Yeah, I think.
You know,
I think
a movie I've always thought that so I got Tar 4K. I managed to find a copy of it. I want to know
Me
what
as
Ben
well.
Shapiro would think of this
Oh my
movie.
god, that's so hot.
I don't think he's gonna watch it.
It would be really funny if he saw it though. But I was somehow lucky to get a copy of this. I was so the way I was able to get it was like Universal owns this website called Grub, which is where they do
Can you
all their
spell that
Blu-ray
out? They own a
sales.
website called what? Grub?
GRUV Grub.
Grub.
I don't know. It's a weird thing, and that's how I was
That's
able
a
to get one.
word.
And it shipped pretty easily, but I was able to get one.
Oh,
Somehow.
like Grub.
Yeah.
You
And,
what? Sorry.
I don't know. And
Jolly-
it was
jolly
one thing
good.
I am disappointed by this 4K Blu-ray is there's no bonus features and there's no commentary tracks. It's just a movie and
Yeah.
like subtitles. And
A lot of them do that.
You can always look that up before you buy it if you're not disappointed by it. But yeah,
but I like how
I mean, I just-
physically.
it's the best quality, so I wind up getting them anyway, even if there's no extra features.
Did you watch the Sinetsky New York 4K yet?
Not
just
yet,
watched
but
it
I
last
own
night.
it.
Oh, you
It's
got
really
the
good.
collection?
Yeah, it was half off like a week or two before Christmas, and I was like, well, now's the time. There's a few other good movies in here. I can sell the ones I don't want, you know. So
When did you get it?
Like,
When did you get it?
I mean, a couple weeks before Christmas, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
sometime in December.
I wanted that box set, but I don't know if I want to spend that much money on Blu-rays.
I
The
mean,
most expensive one
It's
I
a
have
tax
is
write-off for
Blu-ray.
me, so I wouldn't expect
You
anyone
can.
else to want to do it.
I only got it because someone on the subreddit said there's people selling them individually.
Yeah, if you go on
Unless- if
eBay, you can find the individual
if you
ones.
if you don't care about being like a collection purist, you can
Yeah.
$30. Like,
Yeah, I would. So yeah, I would. I also wouldn't mind like Call Me by Your Name 4K is in there, and I think Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and some other stuff I haven't seen.
it's like the potential Sardonicos recommendation, so that is
Yeah.
like a tax write-off.
Yeah, I don't mind
Yeah.
owning those things, but I do think it's bullshit that you can't buy them without the package. I think that's really predatory scam.
I'm pretty sure-
behavior.
I think sorry, I was just gonna add, I think like they've been pretty clever with the movies they selected, because they selected a bunch of movies that they know people that collect are gonna like fork out that much money for.
It's predatory,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, yeah, Synecdoche is like, because the fact Synecdoche's in there, that means like they're like, well, a guy
mean,
that
yeah,
likes
they know
watching
something.
movies isn't gonna buy this like casually. I mean, like, yeah, predatory.
Yeah, it's for nerds.
You know, I'm pretty. Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm a little surprised because in the US, I think Tar is still in the theater. So, well,
Yeah.
are you out of the US when you got yours?
I mean, it's there's been a bunch of times where like something's been in theaters, but also on home video at the same time. It just depends on like, what the
Puss in Boots
distributors
is
are
on
doing.
like digital right now and
Yeah.
still in theaters, I think.
Where do
Yeah,
you
and it
even
has
get that on
been solving.
digital? Puss in Boots.
I think it's like
Amazon,
buy it.
I think.
Really?
iTunes, I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's on YouTube movies.
That's crazy because that
And-
one like just came out.
And iTunes is still, available. So
Yeah.
Puss in Boots was surprisingly great. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did. It's in my top 5 of the year, to be honest.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Kiki, what's up?
Yeah, and on the subject of 4Ks, it's like a whole bunch of them in Canada just haven't been coming out here. Like
No.
for the Pulp Fiction one, it's like there's a video store in downtown Toronto, and they're the only place that I've seen that has it, because it's like none of the other like retailers are even acknowledging that it exists yet for some reason. And then Tar isn't supposed to come out here until like the end of the month. And it's like, yeah, with the fucking Synecdoche thing, it's like I just want to get that one, even though a lot of the other movies are really good too. It's like, I don't know, everything's like,
It seems
all the
like a
movies
lot
is-
to commit to for that price point,
Yeah, so I might end up
even if
just
you like the
getting
other
it
movies.
on eBay. It's like, yeah, and I remember the vinyl soundtrack for it. It's like it's only available in that record store day one, and I
Yeah,
lucked out by
that was
finding it.
annoying.
But yeah, I remember on record store day, I was standing outside the store and I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep on the lookout. And I was just like evaluating people as they came out of the store. It's like, do they look like they'd like Synecdoche, New York? And I look at their bag, it's like, oh shit, did they buy something? And yeah, they didn't even have it to begin with, but I just randomly found it at another store that said they didn't get a copy.
hmm
So yeah, I guess I lucked out there, but yeah, they need to make more stuff about this movie because I just want more people to see it.
Yeah, I'm down to watch it a second time, like at any point, honestly.
What, Tar?
Tar, yeah.
Yeah, I watched it a second time. It actually raised to a 10 in my books. It's now my second favorite movie of the year.
I feel like
honestly.
it could be a 10 if I watched it a second
I still
time.
think Everything Everywhere All at Once is my favorite movie of the year, but Tar was definitely a strong one. And
Same.
and then I don't know. And then I think I raised Puss in Boots higher as I thought out about it more. It was a 7 on my first watch, but now it's like an 8, and it could honestly raise to a 9. It's like I still don't know if I like it more than Shrek 2, but it was like a surprisingly great movie for what it was.
I think it stands toe to
feel
toe
like-
with Shrek 2.
I feel like it's better than Shrek 2. I think even
I
on
think
the
it's better than
podcast when
Shrek
we did the
2.
Shrek episode, I think I said I liked the first Shrek more anyway.
I think Puss in Boots is the best Shrek movie.
It is, and it's not a Shrek movie.
Even
It's
though
just
he's not
it's
in
yeah,
it.
it's a complete spin-off. It's a Puss in Boots movie. It doesn't feel like it needs Shrek to exist.
He's
I
in
mean,
it for,
Shrek does
like,
make a cameo in
2
the film.
seconds.
Kind of, yeah.
Spoilers.
Not really. But
I wonder what they're gonna do for
That's
like
not a
Shrek
spoiler.
5.
what's up, Austin? Hello.
Hey, I didn't want to break the flow
Sure,
of
no
things.
worries.
I wanted to like really quickly just mention like the Adam Pell's Johnny Mnemonic. Really thankful that you did that because I think I had recommended it a long time ago,
Oh yeah.
like on one of these meetups, and I just wanted to thank you for that.
Well, thank
I
you.
know it was stupid, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'll leave
Oh,
you
that's
up
all
to it.
good.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
Bye.
it. Thank
Mwah.
you. Mwah. Alexander, what's up?
Well, I just want to ask about Babylon because it comes out next week in my country, and I want to see it. Just out of curiosity, what were your thoughts on it? I saw you already on IMDb, but
Yeah, I should have a review coming out in the next day or two. I got the files from the editor. I just have to go over it, and I also have to fucking record a little intro to it because it's I recorded it. There's a few different
The Andrew
movies in
Callahan
it.
stuff?
Yeah, I have to record a disclaimer at the beginning that my review was recorded before the allegations, and even though, I'm just gonna post the same video. Blah, blah, blah. I don't.
Oh,
I'll have to figure out
Which
exactly what I'm gonna
What
say at the beginning, but
allegations?
It's hard to explain. I don't know. It's like it's kind of hard to explain, honestly. There's a lot going on.
we don't have to talk about it, but
Okay.
Babylon.
I will Google.
Yeah, it was its biggest problem was its length, easily.
How long is it? 3 hours?
I agree.
It's like 3 hours and 10 minutes long.
But is it good?
Wow.
I liked
it would be good if you cut out like half the movie. It's just
agree,
it doesn't justify the length at all, and it's like, I was enjoying it for the first however much, and then I was like, okay, we're having another one of these scenes again. It just felt like it was aimless and just kept going on forever and had so many repetitive scenes, and then the ending sucked, and I guess I won't spoil it, but it was literally like hey, aren't movies great? And that was like, it's like, was that the message you were trying to communicate the entire time? Or like, what are you? Yeah,
It felt
it was really
contradictory.
annoying.
It's probably my least favorite thing Damien Chazelle has made, but
I
still
would have
liked
to
it.
agree if we're talking. Yeah, I mean, just based on ratings, I would
Is,
have to say.
is the
I haven't
music
seen First
still
Man in a
good?
long
I
time
feel
now.
like
Maybe
that's,
I'll change.
I mean, it was solid from what I remember. What were you saying? Jack?
Oh, sorry. I was saying, was the music any good?
I liked it.
I
thought the
mean,
music
half of it was
good.
really. I mean, so they had like a theme that was playing the entire time, where
Okay.
just like a melody, but they had different variations, and some of it was like slow piano that used the melody, and then others were like kind of like upbeat, like party music, but like for the time period, it was kind of weird with the party music because rhythmically it was almost like it was trying to be house music, even though it was using older instruments. And I was like, okay, it just felt like kind of weird, and I wasn't like as into the party music rendition of it, but I really liked the slower variations of that theme for sure.
That's
Yeah,
weird
that does-
because
you
his
go
music's
on.
usually really great. So I was just gonna add like his music's usually like really great in all his movies. That's
I
what
mean,
I'm really
there's
excited for.
great music in his movies for the most part, but yeah.
There's great music in this film, but not throughout the entire thing, I'd say.
Aether Muse, what's up? Hello.
Oh, hi. First off, just wanted to say, I've been trying to retain more of a positive attitude lately,
Good.
like
Nice.
and stuff. You know, I mentioned in chat that I was trying with my mental state and all that, went to the gym and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've started trying to draw webcomics for the first time.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. It's for my Oddworld AU's alternate universe fanfics.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
if you're like doing something like consistently, and then you'll always find ways to improve, and then as long as you're self-critical within reason to the point where you can find ways to improve, but you're not like beating yourself up, then that's a good thing.
I'm a champion at doing that.
Yeah, well, maybe it can, as long as it's not like an unhealthy thing, then it can help you grow and get better,
Yeah. Oh, I'll just lower my hand.
Oh, that's okay. Boards of Cinema, what's up?
So I know this is gonna inevitably be discussed on the next podcast since this was Alex's recommendation, but seeing that you rewatched, the Hobbit movies kind of made me flash back to when I saw them when I was younger, because I didn't hate them, but I was very mixed on them, especially the third one, which was just kind of tiring for me.
It's insulting at this point. Just watching what it is. It was just like the third movie was like absolutely just disrespectful towards movies,
Was it just like the action scene, the movie?
Yeah, basically.
It was just like, you just have to think that the person who made the movie just doesn't like movies and has some sort of gripe with the concept of movies.
Yeah.
Why?
What was? Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen the Hobbit movies. Can you
saw it
explain
so
what
long
what you
ago, it
mean
was
without
incredibly
spoiling them?
forgettable.
So Lord of the Rings is like, if you look at the books, they're like this thick each, and then well, that's an exaggeration. They're like this thick each, and then you look at the Hobbit book, and it's like whoop. And so Lord of the Rings has 3 books, and it made sense to turn into 3 films because there's just so much material there. The Hobbit was like a children's, much shorter story that they tried to essentially not only turn into this sort of like mature Lord of the Rings-esque story, but they also stretched it out to the point of it being like 3 different 2+ hour long movies, and the extended versions being 3 hour long movies or whatever. Like they're all like close to 2.5 to 3 hour long movies, regardless of whether or not you get the extended editions. And so you're left with is this like bloated mess where the overwhelming majority of the scenes just don't matter, and it doesn't flow properly. And yeah, the entire last movie is just like a fight scene that like you don't give a shit about any character, and it's not even like impressively filmed, and it just feels like this gigantic mess of CG nonsense. You know, but within the first like 10 minutes of the last film, I said, get on with it, and it never did, and I was just waiting for it to end the entire movie.
Especially how long it is.
It's just it was just absolutely infuriating.
It
So
could
yeah,
also
like
be
in
us-
the theaters at the time when I watched it in theaters, not only I watched the theatrical version, so not the extended version, so that probably helped my experience there, but it was also like the theater experience of like high frame rate. Like they released it in like 48 frames per second and stuff, and so that was kind of like an interesting thing on its own. And so some of the like visual issues that I experienced, so like a shot might look like weird or video gamey or fake, I would just pass that off to the 48 frames per second thing because that was like a really new thing at the time for me. And I was like, okay, well, maybe just some of these shots look weird because of that, and I'm just not used to it. Now watching it at home, and it's just a regular, I think, 24 frames per second copy, some of the shots still look weird, and it's just because it looks like bad CG and it's not properly lit. A lot of like bad green screen effects. Just there wasn't a lot of care and effort put into the movie. It was overly rushed, way too overly ambitious for what it was trying to be. And just, yeah, it was just a big piece of shit. So just got worse and worse.
When you said that whoever made it feels like he doesn't like movies, you mean that it was cynical?
I mean, I watched the movie and it makes me feel like whoever made it just hates the concept of movies, just based on how bad the movie is.
Well, it could be a big factor, the fact that it had massive studio interference with all the Hobbit movies, I think, because Warner Bros. Wanted it to be...
Yeah.
I think there was a thing about Del Toro making it, wanted to do like...
Yeah,
2
he
movies
wanted
over
to do
Warner,
a thing.
but then Warner Bros. Was like, we got to do 3 movies to recapture the magic of the Peter Jackson original trilogy, and Peter Jackson, if you look at like behind the scenes things, you clearly tell he didn't want to make these movies. I think he was just forced to. And it could also be a big factor of like around that time, there was the whole trend of like taking a final book and then putting it into like 2 movies. So like Hunger Games got two movies.
Yeah, when it was announced, it was when it was announced that Peter Jackson was directing. The original announcement was that it would be 2 films, and then like shortly after, they were like, we're gonna do 3 movies actually,
because more money.
Yeah, and it was just
And
like 2 films is already stretched out. 2 films is already stretched out. A single 3-hour film is already stretched out compared to like the source material versus film time in Lord of the Rings. And so, yeah, they're using, at the very least, you can say that parts of it feel like the original because there's parts with some of the original cast, and, you know, Howie Shore is doing the music, and there's some of the same themes, and some of the new music isn't bad. But yeah, most of those compliments are within the first of the 3 films, and then it just throughout the 3 Hobbit movies, they just become more and more insufferable and less nice.
Is there a fan cut of these films that just like take out the bloated stuff?
There's a bunch of fan edits. One of them was made by Topher Grace, and I haven't seen it. Topher Grace made a Hobbit fan edit.
I can't imagine
Spider-Man's
making the movies any
reactor?
better,
Yeah.
but it might make it like less annoying to watch.
Yeah, but now I'm just so exhausted from it that like if I were to watch it, I don't know if I've got like another 2 weeks or so before the next podcast recording. So maybe right before that point, I'll feel like I have the mental fortitude to be able to watch more Hobbit shit. But at the same time, like I kind of feel like it's going to take me like 10 years, you know?
You don't want to go through another Pinocchio.
No. I gotta record my fucking Pinocchio review. God.
Yeah. It's funny because like with Peter Jackson, if you see like his first film, it took like years and years to make his very first film, to The Hobbit, it's such a weird kind of polar opposite.
Yeah.
You know.
Very rushed and just
Yeah.
not the
didn't have
same
the
amount of
planning
care
time to
and
do.
love. What's up, Kiki?
Yeah, to sort of go off of some of the stuff that's being said, it's like I remember being really excited for the first Hobbit movie when that came out because it was one of my favorite books, and like it being a piece of children's literature aside, one of its strongest aspects is how concise it is, and that's something I find that not a lot of directors seem to acknowledge, that conciseness is honestly a virtue in a lot of things. Like you can really, like you can still make something that feels rich in just like a single, maybe like 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like I remember when I was watching it and I saw the white guy, I don't remember his name. I'm like, who the hell is this? Why is he here? And then they made Desolation of Smog, and then the Five Armies, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even watch Battle of the Five Armies because I'm just like, it's clear that they don't intend to sort of go off of what made the book great. Like, not even in terms of just faithfulness to the source material, because as we've seen many times, like, you can still make a great adaptation without necessarily being faithful to the source material. But like,
Of
it's
course.
just, yeah, it's just, it felt honestly like a waste of time. And yeah, going off of that whole trend of bloating the shit out of a final book or a single book just to squeeze as many movies out of it as you can.
Yeah, it's very upsetting and stupid.
Yeah, and like one other weird thing about the third Hobbit movie is that the extended version is like actually rated R. Like all I remember is like a couple orc decapitations, but even that was just really cartoony. It's just like, you know, it didn't justify the R rating.
Yeah, it's weird because I look on. So I heard about that R rating thing, but I look on Battle of Five Armies on IMDb. The first thing that shows up is just, it says PG-13. I don't know if that means that they reclassified the rating or something, but
No. They're referring to like the theatrical cut, which received a PG-13. The extended
the
version
extended
got
is rated
R.
R. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I see that. That's very funny.
There was no blood in these movies, right?
There was in the extended version for one shot.
Oh,
and it was orc.
Yeah, I guess
it was
but
troll
again,
blood.
Even then, it's just cartoony fantasy violence.
Yeah, it's fine. There's nothing that. Yeah.
I mean, the new Puss in Boots had some blood in it, and that was PG.
Mm-hmm.
And also they said
like,
crap like 2 times.
You know, it's like the only J.R.R. Tolkien movie to be like rated R, and it's not justified at all. Like, it's
did they advertise it that way? Were they like trying to sell it like that?
But you know, you'd think they would have, but you know, I should look that up. But yeah, it's on the same level as the extended version of that Ben Affleck Daredevil movie being rated R. That was the version who did the Adam and Pals for.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, you know, if you make an extended edition of something, you can just not submit it for a rating, and then you can call it unrated.
Advertise it as unrated.
This is unrated. Like, we didn't give it to them.
Yeah. They do that all the time.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if like those really low budget kids films that are just like straight to DVD, advertise
Unrated.
themselves as
Yeah.
unrated because they
It would
already
be
are.
technically true, yeah. Ratatouille, unrated.
There were a lot of comedy movies
more-
from like
more
the
like
2000s that
unratted.
had that. It's like I think Dodge. Oh, sorry.
Unratted.
That's a good one.
What were you trying to say?
What was I trying to say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say like there was a trend in like whenever there was like a PG-13 comedy movie, there would always when it came to like video and DVD and stuff like that, there would always be like the unrated version. So like Anchorman was PG-13 in theaters, but then they had the unrated cut and it had like one swear or something like that. Or they did the same thing for like Dodgeball, a true underdog story, where it's rated PG, but then there's like an unrated cut of the film or something. I don't know. It's like it was a trend that they used to do in like the 2000s comedy films that I think died off soon. I haven't seen any movie that did it recently.
Jack, what's up?
I was just gonna, sorry to interrupt, but I saw Megan on.
Mithrigan?
I did too.
Yeah, Mithrigan, and I wanted to ask what, because you rated it a 3.
It's
I rated
bad.
it a 3 as well. It is bad, but everyone seems to really like it.
I gave it a 4. It wasn't good.
Everyone is very excited that a horror movie exists and you can watch it in a theater. I think that's what's going on.
Yeah, but it's every fucking year.
It happens. I mean, but yeah, but
Yeah.
everybody gets excited every time. So I don't know I don't know how else to like rationalize it other than just people like
I mean,
horror movies.
have you seen on Twitter? Have you seen on Twitter that people are saying that Megan is a LGBTQ plus icon? They're being ironic,
It doesn't
like,
matter. I think we should
I know,
ignore
but it's
that.
but there's like so many people in because part of the queer community, even within my friend group, that are just loving the film and like going out to see it like more than once, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a. Oh,
She was
sorry.
kind of
Go for it.
Is it like Malignant from last year?
I
where
wish.
everyone can-
Malignant was
oh, okay.
2020.
Because like Malignant,
Oh, sorry,
there's
but-
some of the same people involved on Malignant, the writer and also James Wan produced Mithrigan, but
Yeah.
it's missing any directing talent whatsoever,
Okay.
any interesting shots whatsoever, any interesting deaths whatsoever. It's missing anything that would make the movie fun to watch. It's just really, it's a very immature, infantilizing horror movie for babies, is what I would say.
Okay.
The acting sucked. I really
I'm
the
just-
main girl.
Not to offend people that liked it, but it's a very,
I didn't.
it's a very tween-friendly, not really horror movie.
Okay. It was not so bad. It's funny. It's just.
I wish. Yeah.
Okay.
And Malignant, even though there's parts about it where you can watch Malignant ironically, it was still interesting. It still had great gore, some great effects. It was intriguing, and there was some really crazy cinematography at points. Like there was some really well choreographed action. Like there's parts about Malignant that, like, sure, even though a lot of it's stupid and it's like, haha, isn't this stupid? And that's part of the fun. There's still a real movie with some real talent happening, even if what's happening in the sequence of events is still so silly, right? That's what's missing in Mithrigan is like, this is just the lamest, most terrible directing. Nothing's properly communicated. And it's just, it's so lame. All of the performances were like bad. Like really bad.
Yeah, I agree. Like there were points where like the main girl had to emote, but she didn't, or something like that, or she had a not convincing reaction.
I think the main girl was probably the best actor of the entire movie. Everybody else
Except
sucked
the
way
child
worse.
or the kind of adult main girl?
The child's main girl.
Oh, okay.
The child was okay. The sister, on the other hand, was absolute trash,
The aunt,
in my opinion.
I think she was her aunt, wasn't she?
Yeah, was I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
guy who
sister
played
of
the
her
CEO
mom.
Okay.
The guy who played the CEO was like actually awful. Like every time he was on
I
screen,
think
I was just
when
like,
every
wow.
single person in your film acts like they've never seen a movie before, I think that's on the director. I think you just have bad directing at that point. If you if you couldn't find a single actor to work with well enough that you get a half decent performance out of them, that's your fault. You can't blame that on the actors.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
Colin, what's up?
Oh, I just wanted to go back to the conversation about the Hobbit. I just really wanted to say that I wish Del Toro directed those movies.
It would have been more
I felt
interesting.
that, yeah, his style would have worked so perfectly with The Hobbit. And I think Kiki mentioned this too. I mean, The Hobbit is it's a children's book that kind of has a bedtime story quality. And
yes, very much so.
It should be told in a whimsical tone. And I think Del Toro is just great at doing that. Even Pan's Labyrinth, a lot of his other movies, which it can be very dark, they do have that childlike quality about it.
Yeah, it's
very
it's
whimsical,
like whimsical, but not afraid to be real. Is sort of how I see Del Toro's.
And also, like given how many creative liberties were taken in the Jackson version, like there could be some room for some Del Toro-esque design choices in some of the creatures and characters if that was the version we got. Because, like, I mean, Jackson definitely did a lot of things that weren't necessarily like explicitly spelled out or accurate to the source material. So it would have room for that. Yeah, why not?
Especially after watching Del Toro's Pinocchio. Maybe if we got like, I want to see him do more animation stuff, honestly. I would love to see him do more like, because this style of storytelling works so well for animation, especially with like the recent Pinocchio film. It's like, if you guys to do more animation stuff, I would love that, honestly.
Yeah, I'm so glad that Pinocchio. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I really want like another Pan's Labyrinth where it's like super original and like big animatronic like costumes and stuff. I want Guillermo to do that, but like it seems like he's only being pre-existing properties at the moment.
Because Nightmare Alley was a remake and Pinocchio was a property that everyone knows about. I don't know what he's doing next though, but hopefully he does whatever. Even though he has done pre-existing properties, he still makes good movies. I like Nightmare Alley. And
his
I like
Pinocchio movie was basically a new movie. It didn't matter that it was Pinocchio.
But
it just had the name, really.
It wouldn't have been made if it didn't have Pinocchio attached to it. I just really want something that's like
maybe
its own. It's not dependent
he's
on
not like,
a name.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a fucking Best Picture winner at this point. He's doing, he produced a TV show recently, like a Netflix thing. I didn't watch past the first episode yet. What was it called? Cabinet of Curiosities or something?
That's what I said.
It's not great. The show.
Yeah, I watched the first episode and I was kind of disappointed by the structure of.
Yeah, and then the rest are directed by like either short filmmakers or like first time or like people that worked as editors on like other stuff, and then it's like
there was
like a mixed bag.
That one
there's one episode
with the where that's really visually interesting, where there's this like ultra, I guess, like rich guy who gathers, I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but he gathers a bunch of like famous and important people, and just it's like a night of conversation and taking drugs, drinking.
But the problem with
that's the director of Mandy.
Like it was just mostly talking, and nothing happening
until the very end, which is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Was that did you guys say the director of like the
Mandy? Yeah, the director of Mandy did an episode of Cabinet of Curiosities. I think that one's called The Viewing. Like that one's been received really well, but
that's the best. That's the one worth watching.
If Mandy got released on 4K, I would probably buy it, even though I didn't think the movie was amazing, but I would get the 4K.
Visually interesting.
There's some fun stuff in it.
I mean, but Adam, would you watch the Cabinet of Curiosities episode from that same director?
I might.
I think it's called The Viewing.
I might I don't know. I might just continue watching it even regardless. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. What's up, BC467?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, are you gonna do like a watch line for the upcoming HBO Last of Us show or something?
I plan on it, but I'm not gonna be able to do it right away because the first episode comes out on the day of my Sunday stream, and then I'm on a plane visiting my parents the next day for like a week. So I plan on doing it, but I can't guarantee that I'm gonna start it right away. And the episodes come out like weekly anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's going to be like 9 episodes, or I think that's how much there are.
I plan on it. I don't think I would be in a situation where I would watch that not on stream. So I'm Pretty confident.
All right, I think I'll hold off watching it till you do your watch alongs for it. That's my
No,
plan.
I'm not planning on watching it while I'm out of town with my parents. So
It makes sense. How long have you gone out of town?
less than a week.
Okay.
It was
so
just because
maybe-
I didn't see them on Christmas, so we planned for because of the storm.
okay.
I wasn't able to leave, so we just bought a plane ticket for mid-January.
So you could maybe start the watch along for the Last of Us show the week when you get back or something.
Yeah, but I can't. I'm not gonna make any scheduling.
All right, I figured I'd just
yet.
ask because it seems like a show that you would be good for like a watch along or something.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, hopefully.
I'm forcing my spouse to watch it with me because they don't play video games. So it's like, I want your perspective because that will be interesting.
I'm sure it'll function just like fine as a not video game thing, right?
Well, I hope so, but like I don't know how they'll recreate this because it's like not the same experience, right?
Apparently, there's no spores.
Oh no.
Apparently, they're not using spores.
I mean, I don't really. The problem is like a lot of why I like The Last of Us has nothing to do with like the story so much with like how atmospheric the game.
Yeah, and you got the same composer.
So like,
that's a good sign.
I don't. Yeah, we'll find out. It's hard to say before we see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what Naughty Dog's gonna do next. I know they're doing that like Last of Us multiplayer game, but then I don't know what they're gonna do after that. Honestly, I don't know.
Oh, they're doing a Last of Us multiplayer game, like a standalone multiplayer game.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what they're doing next. I don't know when it's coming out, but that's what they said they're doing next. It's not like a major project for them, but it's what they're going to release next, I think. And then they say they have like 2 other projects in mind. One's rumored to be like a new IP, and the other one's rumored to be The Last of Us Part 3 or something like that. I don't know what they're going to do next.
They should just like rewrite the story of Part 2 and then release that.
I think Part 2
they're not
would have been so
gonna.
much. And they're not going to. Part 2 would have been so much better if they like maybe instead of continuing Joel and Ellie's story, they could have had a completely different story set in the same universe. That's what I think they should have done. For Part 2, honestly, and maybe not call it Part 2, just call it 2 or something.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
what I think they
It's
should have
weird.
done.
I don't know. I don't know at what point I'm gonna play
last
the Part 1 remake.
Do you think they wrote the story
until
of
it's $20
with Part 2 in mind, or does it feel like Part 2 is definitely thought of after the fact?
What do you mean? Sorry, say that again.
I've never played any of the Last of Us games, but is it evident that Part 2 was kind of tacked on, or does it seem like
Part 1 left it open for a sequel for sure. They just chose without spoiling it, they just chose a very unsatisfying direction for the story to go, and it's not like they couldn't have had those things happen that are unsatisfying, but they'd structured it in a way where scenes that were clearly supposed to have some sort of like impact on people wound up falling really flat and just wound up being like, okay, well, you just, that was that was kind of annoying. And then I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it's just
to put it in my perspective without spoiling anything. I think they really wanted it. The game really wanted to be Metal Gear Solid 2 in terms of subverting expectations, but it did not work out at all.
It had ambitions, and just the way that they presented it was just like, okay, I get what you tried to do there. It didn't work for most people.
I predicted the big change or like the big direction it was going into because I remember my friend read the leak and I don't know why he read it, and then he was
I never read leaks.
I bet
leaks are so lame.
I know some people do. It's weird.
A lot of people do. It seems like everyone reads leaks. I'm like, why?
My friend read it and like he was like, yo, the story goes in a different direction, and then I go, does blah happen? And then he goes, no, with a weird face. And then
That's
when the game came out and I played it, I was like, so it did happen. And he's like, yeah, but I didn't want you to ruin your experience. So I'm like, well, now it's even worse because like it was incredibly predictable.
Yeah, every time a leak comes out, someone will be like, Adam, did you read the leak for the Quentin Tarantino Hateful Eight script? I'm like, no, I want to watch the movie. I'll wait until the movie is done. I don't understand the point of leaks. I don't understand the point of like.
I don't like leaks.
Yeah, like
Leaks suck.
I couldn't imagine
It's just
being
so boring.
interested in like, just like this unfinished, like you have no idea what it's going to turn into by the end of it. And even if it is accurate to it, like, why would you not want to experience it in the context and order that the piece of art wants you to? Like, otherwise you're just not experiencing it.
I think some people have like this thing in their head where like they get a satisfaction from enjoying something they're not like, kind of like forbidden fruit. Like they enjoy the idea that they've seen something that they're not meant to be looking at, if that makes sense. I think that might be it.
Yeah, I guess so. Kiki, what's up?
Yeah, so I gotta go to work in a bit, but yeah, before I go,
sure.
I noticed the other day that apparently Ali Abbasi is directing a couple episodes of The Last of Us. So, and yeah, that gives me,
so that's Holy Spider, right?
Yeah, because I thought Holy Spider was a really well-directed movie.
Yeah, they made two really good movies.
Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure I had that as my, like, on my 2022 list so far. It was probably the highest ranked 8 out of 10 that I had it. But yeah, it's like, I honestly like that they're taking a bit of a different approach to some things, because it gives
we'll see.
It gives some new people an experience they haven't had, and people who have played the game something new as well.
I'm not expecting it to be shit, and I'm not expecting it to be the best thing ever, but
we'll see.
It looks like a legitimate production of some sort.
It's like inverse Uncharted, honestly. That's how I would describe it.
It's like what?
Yeah.
Inverse Uncharted, because the Uncharted movie sucked.
Oh yeah, well. Anyway, it's also a series and it's HBO and not Sony, right? So, all right, have a good one.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Bye. Bye.
See you, Kiki.
Bye, Kiki. Have a nice day.
Hello, Colin. Hello, what's up?
Just a basic question, really.
Sure.
I wanted to know, have you seen the new Netflix adaptation of All Quiet on the Western Front? Or really any of the other ones?
I'm planning on watching the original first, and I kind of, so it was playing at TIFF, and I didn't see it because I hadn't seen the original. I didn't have time to fit into my schedule. I will see it at some point, but I guess the reason I haven't yet is because me watching that is like going to be a 6-hour thing, because both movies are like 3 hours. And so, so at some point I'll watch it, but I've just been too busy recently.
Will Smith.
No.
The picture on, like, what do I call you, Olivia Monster? Like, kind of still.
Olivia is fine.
Oh, Olivia, right, got it.
Yeah, Olivia.
I was wondering whether to still call you Salamancer or something, but I wondered, she might not like that anymore.
I don't care.
Okay.
But speaking of the Oscars, like, what are you guys?
I just don't like being called Sal. Is all.
Oh yeah, do we have any locks for the Oscars? My lock right now. This is one that we'll see if this happens. My prediction is Corsage will get nominated for costumes, because it's a period piece and the word corsage is in the title.
What's that movie you said? Did you see that TIFF or something, or at Biff, or
sorry?
What's the movie? Because Corsage, is that like a movie? You saw
it's got some good ratings. I didn't see it yet. It was on my list of things to watch at some point, but it's it'll get like it has to get a costume nomination, right? If anything.
Yeah, the only luck I have so far that I guarantee is going to win. I think Top Gun Maverick is going to win Best Sound because it's the loudest movie of the year. I think that's
better,
say.
Other than
that, I don't know really.
Full beyond makeup or.
I was just gonna say maybe because I wanted to, but I think everywhere, everything, all at once. Maybe we'll get more awards. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's not going to be nominated for anything.
Really?
Because I think. So I don't think it's not going to be nominated for anything. Meaning it will be. It should be nominated for something. I don't know how many awards or for what, but I think they're going to at least feel obligated to like nominate some of the actors. if anything.
I think I forget how you pronounce his name. The guy who played Short Rounds, Ke-Hu Kwan. Is that how you pronounce his name? I think he's going to get nominated for Best Actor, Supporting Actor.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd
the
be awesome.
Have you
performances
seen
were
Menu?
good.
Or Full?
I'm just I don't know because I'm like I don't want to watch The Menu, but there's enough people asking me that I'm like, will I guess I'll get views if I make a video on it, but I'm like I don't want
Do
to
you
watch
not
it
want to watch it?
because it looks so bland and it looks so. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna pull up the trailer right here and just like try my best to articulate exactly what looks off-putting to me about this. So this is a trailer where like just the whole movie and all the actors look like way too fucking pretty, and I get it. There's supposed to be like a rich status thing going on with it, but it really just feels like it's kind of marketing itself to be this sort of like, you know, like kind of status-y, like, ooh, I want to watch these rich people, and it's kind of a horror movie, but it's like, it feels like a horror movie that wouldn't go very far if it feels like something that I would be left unsatisfied watching, you know?
I do think.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think it was. I saw it yesterday. I personally give it a 7 out of 10. It's a little middling in certain aspects.
This is again part of the problem. Everybody seems to think it's fine, which means I'm going to think it was less than fine, right?
Well, yeah.
Usually, there's a lot of movies that people think are great that I think's fine. If everybody thinks a movie's fine, that's a bad sign for me. That makes me really not interested. That means it'll probably be forgettable for me.
A fine movie to you, Adam, is that like a 4, 5 out of 10? Like
it depends on the movie. I don't know.
Yeah. I do think that trailers try to get all the, you know, the most people or the normies who don't, you know, do movie like every week or something. So
yeah, I'm just like, I'm not huge on the cast, not saying that they're bad actors, but like none of them are people that I'd watch the movie to see. And yeah, it just seems like it seems like a comedy that I won't think is hilarious, a horror movie that I won't think is scary, and a thriller that I won't think is thrilling. And so I'll be by the end of the movie and being like, well, there was nothing particularly egregious about it, but I'm not going to remember this in 10 minutes. That's what it feels like. And so we'll see, but like everybody that's ever told me that they've seen it has been like, yeah, it's pretty good.
I saw it in theaters the day it came out. That my audience like loved it, but I thought it was just okay, in my opinion. It's like a less good version of Triangle of Sadness, in my opinion. It's like the similar themes, but one did it way better than the other.
I don't like watching a movie where I'm like, man, this is reminding me that I'd rather be watching this other movie that's better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you also like seen The Fall, an even more simple film about
The Fall? The Fall, yeah. The Fall. No, that's on my list though. That's like 2008, right? Or 2006.
It just came out.
The other
incredibly
The Fall.
simple. 2 people. They go up 600-meter. You know those.
Oh,
massive
just
sort of,
Fall, not The Fall. Just Fall.
Oh yeah, just Fall. Yeah,
Okay,
they go up. You know those massive towers that like people are paying to go up.
I saw a poster for that.
It's about them, and it's about them possibly falling off, and it's about them having to get all the way down. And that's it.
That seems like a movie that would be just so stretched out. Hour and 47 minutes long of that. What do you do the whole time?
It's an incredibly simple film, but it pushes the premise as far as it can go.
If they came at me with like a 68-minute runtime, then I'd be like, yeah, I'll watch it. If they were as long as the film Host, which was like less than an hour, I'd be like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But trying to push hour 47 minutes with that, like, my God. Maybe I'll add it to my watch list so that in 20 years when I'm making my 2022 list, I'll check it out.
Adam, I sent you a DM. I'm not sure if you noticed it, but it's a spoiler thing about the Hobbit movies.
Oh. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, have a good day.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Do you think there's like a limit to how good a film can be if like a film has an especially simple premise, like just like it's only 2 people? I'm sorry, it can never be more than like a 7 or an 8.
No. No. I don't make absolutist statements on art except for that one that I just made. Yeah.
The claim on the Velma trailer has been released, by the way.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Good
Nice.
job.
Yes.
Just a couple minutes ago.
That's
they denied it, and then I said, nah, and then they released
Of
it.
course, they'll always try to deny it because they don't get punished for denying it.
Yep.
They'll try to scare
Oh,
you.
by the way,
into-
Olivia,
They
congrats
should
on
be.
but I was gonna say congrats on getting the 69K subscribers on the highlights channel, Olivia.
Nice.
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 Nice. Appreciate it.
Nice cock.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what am I supposed to be excited for in the menu? Nothing. No one's told me anything. No one's said that I would like it.
What about the satire?
Yeah. John
No
Leguizamo.
one's even suggested that I would like it.
I work in the restaurant industry. I'm excited to see how it makes fun of that whole culture, and I'm going into it completely blind.
The
but obviously
snooty small plate culture.
That's right. That's right.
I feel like there's
personally
there's
not
just a
interested
billion
in-
other movies that I would rather watch that could do that.
Seen the movie
I'm
Chef?
not interested.
Yeah, chef.
I'm not interested in what he's
I don't
cooking.
know. What's up, Alexander?
Well, I just want to share something. I have this. I think I showed it in a previous Hangout. The Godfather, Mario Puzo, just found in the middle of the street. And I'm not even
yeah, I think you did show that
language.
before.
Yeah, I remember you showed that. That's pretty cool that you have one of
I
those.
actually started reading it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's interesting. There's a bunch of stuff that's different from the movie. There's a lot more content here, obviously, because it's a book, and it's a pretty big book, like 400 and almost 50 pages. There's a bunch of stuff that's different, a lot of stuff that's similar. I won't spoil neither the book nor the movie. But what's interesting is that there's a lot more branching little stories. It's not just about the main crime family. There's a bunch of side characters, like what's his name, Johnny Fontaine, I think.
I'm not sure.
It's an interesting book, but while I'm reading it, I just think, yeah, but the movie made this a lot more concise and a lot more tight, and everything that's important here is also in the movie, and the movie also has the elements of being so ahead of its time in its presentation and in its storytelling, and that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say about it. Just wanted to share.
Well, I'm glad it's at least interesting.
I hear
It
music
is.
in the
It's
background.
very
Who's that?
Uh-oh.
Has everyone seen The Godfather?
Yeah, the first one.
I have too. So if everyone's seen it, and if you want to go further,
No, I have nothing further to add. It's just that I don't think there's the need to spoil anything, because I don't want to discuss anything super duper specific, because I don't think there's a need to.
So let's Golden Globes happened. I didn't pay attention to anything. So why don't we
I didn't watch them. I don't care about the Golden Globes.
Exactly.
Michelle Yeoh
Exactly.
No
Exactly.
celebrities
That was
got
pretty
slapped.
good.
I'm not interested.
I know that there were some awards given to Everything Everywhere, some acting awards, I think.
Yeah, and they
Better
tried
Call
to cut
Saul didn't
Michelle
win
Yeoh
anything
off.
again.
Really?
Yeah, they tried to cut her off, and then she said, "Shut up, I'll beat you up."
Oh, they did?
She said it in a joking way, but
Is she gonna slap him? She's gonna Will Smith?
well, she was a huge like with Jackie Chan and
Oh,
you
yeah.
know the company. Yeah, so she knows her stuff.
That's funny.
Oh no.
So yeah, I'm just looking at this right now, and I'm reminded that I hate the Golden Globes and how they categorize their films. We have Best Motion Picture Drama, and then Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy. Elvis is not under musical, which I guess it wasn't a musical, but previous years they fit movies like that under musical. Like I think they had Rocket Man under musical or something, right?
Weird.
Anyway, so The Fabelmans won over Tar, which is annoying. I would rather have had Top Gun Maverick, perfectly honest, which is apparently a drama. Motion picture, musical, or comedy. Banshees of Inisherin. Very nice. I consider it to be more of a drama than a comedy, although comedy is fine. It's weird that why would you have to categorize your films that way? Just have just one category. Like 10.
It seems that it's a very archaic thing. Like from
Why do they continue doing it?
Globe started. It seems like when I don't know when the Golden
They
Globes
can
started, but
stop
used to
doing
do
it at any
so
point.
many more musicals, like back in the good old days of 1947 or whatever. I don't know when the Golden Globes started.
I don't know why they can
Maybe
just
they just don't
decide
wanna-
not to do that.
Maybe they just don't want to feel like they're copying off the Oscars.
Oh
which
yeah,
is-
they're like we're better for our choices.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
we
think
wanna
it's
be
just
different.
a very small, I think, European critics that makes the Golden Globe. So it's very small.
Yeah,
who-
isn't it like the Hollywood Foreign Press Association or something?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't remember.
Are the
So
420 awards still happening?
Sorry.
Are the 420 awards still happening?
happened to
We
that?
will never know.
It's been a year.
It definitely should have come out at some point last year, but it didn't.
It's
He's forgotten.
2023.
He's forgot. Derek has
He-
sadly forgotten about it like everything else.
I don't think he's forgotten. I think he's just decided not to tell anyone that he stopped because
I don't know if it was real. I saw like a tweet of him like yelling at someone complaining about it.
Oh, nice. Well,
saying
I
that
think
like
that one day it's just
it's
gonna
still
appear.
happening, so stop asking.
It's just gonna pop up one day out of nowhere.
It's an every 2 years thing now.
I mean,
shame I
yeah,
think
keep
this
it going.
is
But
happening now.
I think I think it's
Every
very
century.
funny that this would have been the year where he would have had to have said that it's the fourth largest award show in Hollywood because that was his goal. It was the fourth 420 awards, right? So maybe he was like, "Well, damn it, it's not the fourth largest, so I have to stop." Like,
And there's an
they-
opening now.
Hmm?
I said it's a shame because I think there would have been an opening now. Maybe not the fourth year. Maybe in the fifth
If
year. It could
I
be.
kept memeing on it, I think it would eventually.
Yeah, I think he's
gone
waiting for it to become the fourth largest before he does it again.
I mean, you could make it I mean, it was a fun awards show. It's better than the Oscars, so
He's gonna put the fourth one behind a Kickstarter.
I mean, I was under the impression that it was like already filmed and then he just never released it, but I don't even know what happened. He maybe just didn't do it. Golden Globes Best Motion Picture Animated. Pinocchio won.
Which Pinocchio?
The only
Del
one that
Toro
should
won.
be
Okay,
nominated
good.
for anything.
Okay.
The only one that
Guillermo
would win.
Guillermo won.
That's
yeah.
why I asked.
Puss in Boots is better, but I like Del Toro Pinocchio.
Yeah,
winning
Puss in
'cause
Boots
it's
was
like-
nominated, so that's good. Marcel the Shell with Shoes
Oh, I
On was
see that.
nominated, which is interesting.
It's stop motion or
Yeah.
Mostly stop motion. Yeah,
yeah.
I think.
I liked that movie. It was cute.
I haven't
didn't
seen it
think
yet.
It was like
Marcel the Show with Shoes
I didn't
On.
think it was like I didn't think it was amazing or anything, but I thought it was kind of sweet.
I ordered a 4K Blu-ray from A24.com recently. It's going to show up next
Oh, they
week
made
at my
Marcel
house.
with 4K.
Yeah, on the A24 website,
That's
there's
the
like a
only place you can
digipack
get it?
version of it. It's I ordered it. It's coming to my house next week. You know, there's actually when we go to the Oscars, this actually seems like a good year for like a non-Disney animated movie to win Best Animated Feature because it's like Disney didn't really have that much to show this year. Turning Red was popular, but like nobody talked about Lightyear outside of like the gay stuff, and nobody's talking about Strange World. So it's like it's a good year for like a non-Disney movie to win a Best Animated Feature. I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's either it should hopefully either be Guillermo, Pinocchio, or Puss in Boots. I think it's going to go to Guillermo because the Academy loves Guillermo, and they don't watch the movies that they vote on anyway. So, especially from the animated.
Plus, they might
category.
see like Puss in Boots. Like this is a spin-off. Why would we give it to a spin-off for something?
I mean, yeah, there's a good chance they just didn't watch it. Let's see. The Souvenir double feature Blu-ray set. Interesting. Okay, so back to the Golden Globes. Best motion picture non-English language went to Argentina in 1985. So that's a movie that's been on my watch list for a while. RRR was nominated. I expected that would probably happen for the Oscars as well. So, did you see Jason Blum tweeted that RRR will win Best Foreign Language Film, and that's his lock? Like he seems so weirdly confident about it.
About that, actually. So, India didn't nominate that film for the best international film. They nominated another film, so it's not
not even going to
best
happen.
International feature.
It's not even going to get nominated.
It might get nominated for best song, though. I could see that happening because it was shortlisted, I think.
Let's see. I'm just going to see if I can find that tweet or if it still exists. RRR Jason Blum Oscars win. Yeah, Jason Blum predicts RRR will win. I don't know if that's the correct. The Yahoo Sports article says Best Picture, but I don't think that's what he said. So let's just see if I can find the actual tweet. He thinks it's winning Best Picture. I don't know. I need to find the original tweet. That's a crazy thing to say. How do I find this? Did he delete the tweet? Oh, I think he deleted the tweet. I'm going to see if somebody archived it. That's so funny.
I'm slightly disappointed that the movie's not rated R. It's PG-13.
I gotta go to sleep. It's late in my country.
All right.
So,
have a good one. It was nice to see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice day or night, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I guess never mind. I was gonna say something, but never mind.
No worries. I think I'm just trying to find this archive of Jason Blum's tweet because it's just so crazy that
you can't find
it.
I
think I've almost. It's loading. Oh no, damn it! It's the archive is after.
January now that I have a Twitter account, it could be kind of cool to look at the tweets and try and find them, but I don't know. I don't use my account much.
Yeah. So the quote on these other websites, he literally just says, "I'm going with RRR winning Best Pick. You heard it here first. Mark it down, please. If I'm right, I'm awarding myself my own Oscar." But now he deleted the tweet.
That's funny.
But it's a very weird thing to say.
Actually, I have a question for you, Adam. Are you gonna do like watch-alongs for like the Oscar films that get nominated that you haven't seen yet or something?
Probably not, because that would just like I'm not gonna finish all of them. Like I don't. The Oscar movies are so infuriating and so mid and so boring most of the time that if I try to do the whole thing where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna watch as many as I can to see if some are at least interesting, like I would have to stop the watch along and just be like, this is boring. And like everybody else would have to be okay with me doing that, because that's 100% that's going to happen. Like that's every Oscars season is like most of the movies are bullshit.
But how can you know it's bad if you didn't finish?
I don't know. How can the Academy fucking vote on them if they don't even watch them? That should be the big
funny.
Like the Oscars are not sacred. I don't know why people would get upset at me doing that for the Oscars. The Oscars are like the least sacred awards show or organization for movie. Like they don't even care about movies.
Yeah.
So
ironic.
Who gives a shit?
So didn't you watch like at least try every single one of the films they nominated last year?
Yeah, I at least tried, and I finished Free Guy miraculously.
Yeah, but, I did too, and I don't know why. I hated it.
It was just so bad that I had to keep watching. It was like a car crash. But yeah, most of the movies.
I saw
not
Free
most,
Guy
but like
theaters.
a good chunk of the Oscar movies were just like okay, I get it. There's other things I need to be doing right now.
Free Guy actually hit like so bad it's good levels for me at points, like especially the ending.
Yeah, just barely, I think.
I don't know.
Free Guy would be much less interesting if people weren't like hyped about it.
The crazy thing is, I saw Free Guy in theaters the day it came out, and I remember like the like, I mean, this is kind of spoilers, but I don't care really, but like the scene at the end with like the Marvel and the Star Wars shit, the audience loved it. They were like clapping.
Of course,
and, like whoa,
that moment is in the film
I love
for
this
people
stuff.
to clap. That's the whole point of that moment, is so people clap.
Yeah, it was like I felt like insane watching that when that happened. It was annoying to me, but I did see it the day it came out. I don't know. I mean, everyone else in my theater loved it, but I just found it boring.
Yeah.
You think people would like still clap for those things now? Because like,
I mean, kind of though. I haven't had that experience yet. Like most of the theaters, I guess the only time I had any kind of audience reaction was really enough when I saw Glass Onion in theaters, and there was some good audience reaction when I saw The Menu in theaters. Believe it or not, they were laughing pretty hard when I saw those movies. But Avatar, when I saw the new one, it was completely silent. And then when I saw Puss in Boots, the new one, there were some kids that were kind of annoying. They weren't like ruin the movie for me, but they were noticeable. I don't know.
Do you think so? I'm looking at best performance by an actor in a drama. Austin Butler won for Elvis, beating Brendan Fraser for The Whale. So I wonder what's going to happen at the Academy Awards, because obviously everybody wants Brendan Fraser to win, but they also, when Birdman came out and everybody wanted Michael Keaton to win, I think they might just be doing this sort of like contrarian, like, you can't tell me what to do. Like,
well,
like,
actually, and then about that, so a big thing is that the person, the organization that owns the Golden Globes, it's owned by the CEO of like who owns the Golden Globes, was the person that molested Brendan Fraser back in the day or something. So that's why he boycotted the show. So that's why he didn't win, I think, because they wanted revenge out of him or something.
Aether Muse, what's up?
Oh, just saying, if you guys hear like a door opening in the background, that's my mum coming home. She trusted me looking after my brothers tonight.
Okay, that's all good. You can always like mute yourself if you're worried, and then unmute yourself if you're worried about noises.
I'm at work.
Nice. What do you do for work?
Oh, is the Whitney Houston movie out?
It's just I'm a waiter, whatever, but I'm on my downtime, so I can just hang out in these cellars and just go on my phone.
Yeah, in the secret hiding compartment.
Exactly, that's what.
Is there any light in the
nap
secret
zone
hiding room?
There is, but it's just completely obscured. It's this fancy place in London, and I get a lot of free time. So
if you've got to run at some point soon, is there? Let me know if you wanted to like ask a question or anything specific.
Oh, sure thing.
Give you the floor.
They're going to need me in a minute. I probably won't be for long, but yeah, sure thing.
Yeah, ask away if you have something. If they're going to need you in a minute.
Oh, I've been meaning to ask. Did you see the new Indiana Jones trailer?
Yes. There's actually a reaction for it on the highlights channel. I made fun of the music. It was very.
It looks shit. I'm sorry to say.
It looks very shit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. God, I mean, they already raped Indiana Jones like once before. We don't want to be seeing that South Park episode.
It's already very, very bastardized at this point. It's about as sacred as the Oscars.
Yeah, and what a shit title as well. Dial of Destiny.
Yeah, the title is very cringe.
Dial of Destiny.
Yeah.
I guess they mean a sundial?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Sounds
just
like the name of a
like
Doctor
a
Who episode.
Knob on a washing machine or something. I don't know when I hear dial.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Or like an old phone or something.
It's a phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why it must be for a phone. That's why the music sounds like a ringtone.
It's the dial for
like Jones and the Chamber of
Harrison Ford's so old.
So this is funny. Anna de Armas was nominated for Blonde at the Golden Globes.
What?
Yeah.
Funny.
Best performance by an actress in a motion. She lost to Cate Blanchett, thankfully, even though the Golden Globes don't mean anything. But the
Golden Globes nominated
That's funny.
Blonde for something.
Apparently for actress.
I mean, remember, like Golden Globes.
That's insane.
That's very funny.
Keep in mind, the Golden Globes nominated music by Sia for like Best Picture.
Oh yeah.
So like
that's
they
fun.
Don't care.
Wow, they really like reprehensible movies.
Apparently, like I don't know if this is confirmed, but this is like supposedly just like an open secret. Like apparently you can just like buy nominations for Golden Globes. Like The Tourist with Johnny Depp like did that. That's the word on the street. Ricky Gervais made fun of them for that. Like he was literally just saying like, yeah, that's what people do. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It really, when you look at some of the nominees for Golden Globes, you have to assume like, okay, well, Did somebody pay for that one?
I wouldn't be surprised if like Sia herself paid for music to get on there or something. 'Cause she's probably like
maybe
really rich or something. And I'm pretty sure Catch 2019 got nominated for Best Song at the Golden Globes before that movie came out.
What?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. I think that happened, and then it didn't win, obviously. But it
Were
was
any of the
nominated for
songs
Best-
not like? Were any of the songs even original? Did they make new songs?
They
for
made
it?
one original song for Taylor Swift.
Oh
I think.
yeah, they did. Colin, what's up?
I just wanted to say, now I don't think Ana de Armas's performance is like the worst part of Blonde. If anything, I would say that I think
no.
the script and Dominic's direction is what really cripples the movie for me. That being said, I really hope she doesn't win because, I mean, say the script.
I don't
wasn't
think
as
she's getting
bad.
nominated for an Oscar.
No, it's not happening. I think Kate Blanchett's going to win Best Actress at the Oscars. I think that's
I would hope.
luck.
But anyway, what are you saying, Colin?
I mean, like, even if, say, Dominic like dialed himself in, he reeled himself in, and even if the script wasn't, even if the script wasn't as bad, I would probably focus on her acting much more because, I mean, the fact that she can't hide her accent, I think, is like a really bad.
Yeah, and you should notice that in the casting process before you start filming. So again, you blame Dominic mostly.
Yeah, that's so really it really just goes back to him, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it's really not her fault, is what I'm trying to
I
say.
mean,
I just hope
the
Blonde doesn't
movie
win
is usually the director's fault. Unless it was like a studio interference thing that, they didn't even make the movie they wanted to make. It seems like Andrew Dominic made the movie he wanted to make and it was just a bad movie.
Have the Oscars even nominated a movie that was rated NC-17 before?
No.
Wait, are they not allowed to, or?
I don't think they're
I
not
don't think there's any
allowed
rules,
to.
but they haven't done it yet.
I wonder if
But
they
there's not
have.
many movies that are rated NC-17, so it wouldn't matter anyways. Like very few movies get that rating anyways. I can't think of outside of Blonde. I can't really think of any really. Maybe
I wonder.
The Evil Dead is actually rated NC-17.
Yeah,
It was
and then it
rated-
changed over time, I think. but-
Yeah, they changed over time. I think.
No, I think it still says NC-17.
That has a non-George Lucas cut, so that's awesome.
Yeah, maybe. If it got resubmitted, then it definitely would not be NC-17. But
yeah.
What's up, Aether Muse?
Oh, I saw Avatar 2 last week.
Oh, nice.
I actually really liked it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
That long, like I liked it better than the first movie, and I thought the world building stuff was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it had more personality than the first film, like it had very like a likable whole thing.
I didn't like any of the characters.
And
Well,
I was in the middle. I thought Avatar 2 was just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I like the characters actually. I found them charming, like
That's good.
I didn't mind that Jake and Natiri's kids use like a lot of modern slang like bro and all that.
Yeah.
Because they're Jake Sully's kids and he used to be a Marine. Like that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll stop.
Yeah, I didn't see Avatar, but I went to see The Whale on like a fucking matinee day, and the parking lot was just full
For
because
Avatar.
everyone was there to see Avatar. And then I went up to the desk and I said 2 for The Whale, and the lady at the desk was like, "That's not in theaters yet." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" "Yes, it is." And then I pointed at the board, and she's like, "Oh, not a single person bought a ticket," so I got confused.
Oops.
It's
But you know
oh
what?
my
That's bad for The Whale, but good for your theatrical experience watching The Whale. You don't need an
But-
entire audience there.
When I went in, there were actually several people in the theater who
Okay.
must have ordered online.
Yeah, I
we were
always
just
buy
the
my
first
tickets
people
online.
to buy it from the counter.
I always buy it online, and now everywhere does reserve seatings at this point. So, are you heading out?
Yeah,
Or are you
reserve
showing
seating is
something,
pretty cool.
Aether Muse?
I saw The
The Whale
Whale.
was great, by the way. I love.
Yeah, The Whale was awesome. I was in my top 10 of the year for sure. There was an interesting thing where like a guy, like there was this idiot in my theater who for some reason thought The Whale, but just because it had Brendan Fraser in it, was going to be like in the same style of like The Mummy, because I overheard him at the end being like, well, that was depressing. I was disappointed and stuff. It was just I didn't say anything. I didn't want to be mean to him or anything. It was just something I overheard, and I just thought that was funny.
It's a movie about a 600-pound man. Like
the supposedly Matt in YouTube chat says Midnight Cowboy was rated NC-17 and won Best Picture.
Oh, really? Huh?
I would have to look that up for.
Never heard of that
rating.
film actually. Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Got a new plush.
But
by
that
the
sounds
way.
about right.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
What is that?
The Nagiri cat.
Oh, that's awesome. It's like a sushi kitty Bulbasaur.
HMP, yeah.
Nice.
That's dope. Is
Love
that
it.
that a huge piece of wasabi?
I think so. Yeah.
It seems like a lot of wasabi.
Yeah.
Spice.
Yeah.
It's
a spicy
for
cat.
those who don't know, I have 2 cats.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 black kitties,
Mm-hmm.
and their names are Tempest and Ripley.
Ripley's a great name for a cat. I'll be honest.
You can thank my mum for that. I named Tempest.
It's good too. They're both good names.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
The thing that Tempest does is that she sleeps on the pillow beside me most nights nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best.
Likes to sleep with me. I think she either likes me or she likes how soft my pillow is.
Yeah, whenever I've never had cats in my home, but I've like crashed at people's houses that had cats. Like my aunt had a couple cats, and whenever I would stay the night there, a black cat named Pepsi would always, when I was like sleeping, would like come up to my face and just start purring. Or like just sit on my Pepsi Spicy. Or just like sit on my face.
Spicy.
I'd wake up.
My cats are named Sharptooth and Tully.
Mm-hmm.
I have a dog. His name is Eddie. He's pretty cool, although he was sick earlier this week.
What breed is he?
I'm sorry.
What
Is
breed
he
is my
okay?
dog?
Yeah.
Bichon Poodle. He's like a combined breed, I think. I mean, he's a good dog, but I had to take him to like the vet earlier this week because he was like barfing and diarrheaing all over the place. So I had to take him. He's fine now, thankfully. He recovered. Early.
Did they know what it was? Or was it just
they
like
figured it out, thankfully.
bad food or something?
I had to give him like a special kind of food that they gave me, and it was and also some like medicine. But thankfully he's good now. He's all better. He has he all right. So that's nice. He's better.
That's good. That's good. Cool. Yeah, it's always I've never owned a pet, but I always like imagine like it would be kind of difficult to address like medical issues because you can't like ask them like what hurts.
You've never
you don't
owned
really
a pet,
know.
like ever?
Never.
Not myself, no. My parents did when I was younger, but
The only thing that like really sucks about owning cats is that you have to clean the litter box like often, and the poo can cause toxoplasmosis.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
People get
Still rather do
fucking
that than
brain
have to take a
worms.
dog outside
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, you know, if you are
Cat
actual
poop parasites.
poop and pee adversive, you can actually train your cat to go in the toilet if you want. Like, yeah, or you can have like my cat or whatever. If sometimes she accidentally like pisses down into the plug hole in the bathroom, and I'm just like, she doesn't even know it. So it's just like.
There was like some
Weird.
study that I will not point to the efficacy or the methodology of this study because I only read the headline on Reddit, but they were saying that people with that spend more time around cats and that have evidence of toxoplasmosis are more prone to risky behavior and impulsive behavior, which is kind of funny.
What do you mean impulsive? Like what kind of behavior?
Oh, I don't know, like not wearing a seatbelt. I don't know.
Oh, I always wear a seatbelt.
On the edge.
Yeah, me too.
I wear seatbelts all the time when I drive to the theater and all this stuff. I'm gonna be next week. I'm gonna start doing like film school stuff, kind of. So that'll be nice.
Nice.
And, I'll still be able to make it to these Patreon hangouts on Friday though, but I might not be able to make it to your other streams moving forward. On Mondays and Wednesdays is when I mainly go up to the campus I'm doing. But Tuesdays
no
and
worries.
Thursdays I'm
Yeah.
available.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Yeah, whatever you got to do.
I'll still be able to make it to these though, because I'm off on Fridays, thankfully. So, but assuming they still happen on Fridays, but on Monday and Wednesdays I'm like booked up basically for the next couple of months.
Okay, yeah, these have been pretty consistently on Fridays. So
I'm just gonna get one of my cats to introduce her to people here who haven't met her yet.
Show me the cats.
I got a text message from my brother.
Sure
He
thing.
says, "Man, I'm having a brain fart and it's on the tip of my tongue and it's really bothering me. What is the word to describe a film that does nothing new and has been done before, like
cliche?"
I think he's looking for derivative.
Right.
Let's see.
Right.
I'm gonna see if
This is Tempest. She
Kitty.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He just responded in all caps. Thank you, Jesus Christ. He would seem to be having a tough time.
She has overgroomed areas on her legs because she was trapped in a shed for a few days, like 2 years ago.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
Both
That's
through
not good.
water and with paint fumes, but she's okay. You can hear her meowing. Yeah, she has a very sweet meow.
Mm-hmm. My parents they continue to have animals in their home. More now that their children aren't living with them. It's kind of like an empty nest syndrome, just filling the void, I guess. But they got a cat that is just the most vocal cat ever, and it's like constantly like it's just never-ending meows, and it's cute, but yeah, it's
Forever.
way more vocal than other cats. My brother says I saved his afternoon.
You did it. Congrats.
I will say, lol, awesome.
Hey Adam,
That's funny.
have you heard the new Wolfpack album Schwitz yet?
No, I saw that it got released. I think I got a notification for it in my email because I'm like subscribed to their Bandcamp, but I haven't heard it yet. I gotta be in a particular mood to listen to a new album. I gotta be like ready for it, you know.
You know, one unrelated thing I just realized today is that, you know what today is? It's Friday the 13th because it's a Friday and it's the 13th of the month. I just realized.
Oh shit, Friday the 13th.
Realize that.
Yeah, I guess we have to ask the question, Adam, what's your favorite Friday the 13th movie? From a memory, at
Well,
least.
I haven't seen them all in forever, but I remember like the first one was probably the only one that actually scared me without spoiling it. The ending when I was younger, because that was just such a like out of nowhere moment that I was like, oh.
Same.
Yeah.
And beyond that, like the part 6 is funny bad. I remember that one. Jason goes to part 10 is also kind of funny bad. Like there's things about them that depending on I remember more about them than I should, I guess. I think it's part 7 where there's a kid with psychic powers.
Yeah, they literally. I was about to mention that one. They basically
Yeah.
just did Jason versus Carrie, but
That's so funny. Yeah, and
just
then
renamed her. 'cause they didn't have the
part
rights.
8 Jason takes Manhattan, but it's
Yeah, that
actually
is part 8.
Yeah,
The
so
one where he's on a boat.
they say Manhattan in the title, but he's on a boat for most of the movie.
And when they actually go to New York,
Yeah.
they're not even filming in New York except for like 2 shots. It's
Oh
filming
yeah,
in
it's like
Vancouver
behind
or
a
something.
dumpster somewhere for like one shot.
Close enough.
Yeah, that was really lame. Part 9 was like really bad and just like no Jason for most of the movie.
They all blended together
Yeah.
for me.
Part 2 is really good. It it kind of branches off directly from the first one.
Yeah, part
And
2 I
it,
remember not being
characters is
bad.
strong.
Yeah, they're fine.
But yeah, it's like the Jason movies I remember from just like tiny little annoying things about the plot. But I couldn't tell you like specific deaths other than maybe some from the first movie. Whereas the Saw movies, if you named the trap, I would name the film. I would just be able to pull it right away.
I've never actually seen any of the Friday the 13th movies. I just thought it'd be fun to mention it because today is literally Friday the 13th. So
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
thought,
Yeah,
I was always more of a Nightmare on Elm Street guy. I did a Nightmare on Elm Street marathon back in like 2021, but it's for Halloween, and I still haven't seen Freddy vs. Jason or the reboot, but all of them are pretty good, fun in their own way, even if some of them are not good.
Yeah.
Part 6, Freddy's Dead was awful, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah. That was probably the worst one. Other than maybe the remake, but I haven't seen it. So I'm going down the Golden Globes still. Best performance by actor, musical or comedy. Colin Farrell won for Banshees.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I like Banshees, so that's not a bad win. And then Michelle Yeoh won for Everything Everywhere All at Once for musical or comedy.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
And so here's what's worrying me. So Cate Blanchett won for Tar for the Golden Globes, but Michelle Yeoh also won because they were in different categories. They're going to be in the same category at the Oscars. I think Cate Blanchett deserves it more, but I think Michelle Yeoh might win it.
Are you doing sign language, Christine? I thought I saw you doing sign language there.
No, I was on mute, so sorry.
No, just nonverbal.
I was saying that Olivia has the best memes on profile pictures.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Charlie. I noticed that. That's cool.
I watched Critical as well.
Yeah.
When I was getting my computer repaired, the person repairing my computer had Charlie on in the background. I had to stop myself from
What video was he putting on? Or
it was just a random new one, and I was like, yeah, oh hey, Critical. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I had to stop myself from being like, I made a video with him once. He was on my podcast.
Bacon and eggers.
Oh no. Yeah.
When CNN did that thing, they aired an ad right as Ukraine was being invaded.
Yep, for Applebee's. That was fucking embarrassing.
I think Applebee's apparently dropped. I think CNN lost ads after that incident. I think I'm pretty sure.
Applebee's pulled out.
So I'm looking at still looking at the Golden Globes. So Best Director Motion Picture went to Steven Spielberg, which I find funny that they don't have Best Director for musical or comedy or drama. They don't separate. They separate it for the actors, but not for director. They separated it for the Best Picture even, but not for director. Why? If you're going to separate it, why would you combine them all into one category only for director? That's silly to me. But something I'm noticing here is they nominated Dan Kwan and Dan Scheinert. They nominated the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. So now I'm imagining in my head, what if they get a nomination? What if they're Oscar-nominated directors? That would be interesting. And it wouldn't be it wouldn't be so crazy to imagine, especially with the Golden Globes as this precedent, right? So that's not a bad, that could be pretty interesting.
That could be interesting. I'm predicting for directors is going to be Spielberg is an obvious pick as Fabelmans, of course. And then I think Todd Field could get nominated for Tar. Martin McDonagh will probably get nominated for Banshees, and then Daniels would be a good one, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would like a directing nomination for Tar because the directing is really special in that movie. But
Tar was amazing. I think it's Tar's only gonna get acting nomination and nothing else. It might get
That's
nominated
my
for Best
prediction.
Feature. I don't know really. I don't know
there was
what
a
they're
Best
gonna do.
Screenplay nomination for Tar for Golden Globes. Banshees won. I think that's gonna win Best Screenplay at the Oscars too. I think Banshees has got screenplay.
It is a good screenplay, so I wouldn't be upset if it won.
I think it seems like the most obvious thing that you would pick for a screenplay, sort of thing. Women Talking got a nomination.
I think that's getting a
Sarah
wide release
Polley.
next week here in the States, so I have to see that before
it's
the
definitely
Oscars.
doing an Oscars run for screenings. RRR won Best Original Song Motion Picture. Interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot Lady Gaga made a song for Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, and Rihanna made a song for new Black Panther, which might win, honestly, I think, at the Oscars, because people like Rihanna.
Mm-hmm. Best Original Score went to Babylon for Golden Globes. And then the rest of these are television series, and I don't think I'm going to comment on most of them. I'm just going to scroll down and see if anything looks interesting. Because, Zendaya won for Euphoria in television drama. Is it Zendaya or Zendaya?
I think it's Zendaya.
I don't know. I Zendaya, but that's just fine.
I don't know. I never saw anything to pronounce it herself.
Maybe it's Zendaya. I think it might be Zendaya.
Probably you're more like Zendaya. Probably.
Beyonce.
Queen
Beyonce.
That is. I'm sorry.
Queen Bee, that is.
Anyway, I'm so sorry for interrupting. This is my budget trip for going to Tokyo. I'm going to Tokyo in Minecraft.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's dope. So it looks like they separate. This is interesting. So I'm scrolling down. They have a bit more movie things. They separate supporting actor. They don't separate supporting actor by category for movies. So actor in supporting role in any motion picture is the category, which is just so strange. Like, it's so arbitrary with the way that they organize these things. Like, who cares? How can you even be excited about like the nominees or the winners for the Golden Globes when it's all just so completely arbitrary?
Award
topic
season
of
in general don't
soundtracks.
mean anything really.
On the topic
I mean,
of
it's cool when
soundtracks,
like a good film gets promoted at the Oscars and stuff like that, like Parasite or No Country for Old Men and stuff like that. But most of the time, it's just like it's just very arbitrary at times. Honestly,
I know what video that face is from.
Yep.
Yeah. It was the Samir farting video, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard also that they're gonna do like a live action version of Bambi, like how they did Lion King 2019. Like,
I mean,
They are-
yeah, why not at this point? Fuck it.
we'll make money.
They'll remake everything until
Will it
they
make money?
run out of shit
I guess
to
it
remake.
will. I guess
The
it.
question remains: is it going to be a straight to Disney Plus thing, or are they going to actually try to put it in theaters? That's what I want to know.
It's yeah, who knows? A remake of Bambi sounds like it would be a Disney Plus thing. I don't think that would be the theaters.
It could easily do a thing. The only one I'm like kind of interested in is the Peter Pan one, but that's because David Lowery's directing it, and he did the Peach Dragon remake, but he also did A Ghost Story and The Green Knight, so he's a good director. But I don't know.
He's doing Peter Pan. That sounds interesting. But
Yeah,
I mean,
the Disney one that's
at
coming
the
out this
same
year on Disney
time, I don't
Plus.
know. It's interesting that he's working with Disney again after Pete's Dragon.
Oh.
Because that was
Yeah,
a
what's going-
flop, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
going to straight to
huge
Disney
flop.
Plus. That's why they're not putting it in theaters. They're just going straight to Disney Plus, the Peter Pan one, I think. So maybe they're like, maybe it'll do better on streaming or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, it's weird.
When I was a kid, I could never. That one bored the hell out of me. Even as a kid, I could not get into that one.
When is the Song of the South remake?
Damn it, Disney.
Yes.
So we're approaching that time where I'm going to start calling people one by one for final questions and comments. So I will say your username
Nice
or
gif.
name. I will say that in the order that I see on my screen, and everybody can ask a final question or comment before I leave. First, I'm just going to grab a beverage. I'll be right back.
Alright.
But just in
Okay,
case you want
sure
to
thing.
think of what you want to ask or
Wants
something,
out.
I'll be right back.
Olivia, is that GIF from the Goofy movie, or is that from some other Goofy stuff that I'm not aware
It's
of?
from the Goofy movie.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's just somewhat. I don't know. I guess I thought it was from something else, but I couldn't remember that GIF from the Goofy movie. But if it is, cool.
He's
yeah,
like
he like walks in on someone changing.
like the dancers.
And it
Yes,
gets
and she
yeah.
screams, and he's
weird.
just and then he just.
Is that
This is
Yeah,
my
Strange movie.
this is my one of my Killstar plushies.
Nice.
Have you ever heard of Killstar?
No.
It's a
Oh, God
website-
damn it, Olivia.
Oh, it's a website for like goth emo stuff, like clothes, and they also sell limited edition like creatures, which plushies they call creatures, and this is called a hex hopper.
nice?
It has
This is
really
dope.
cool. I love my plushies.
That's a really nice plushie collection you got there. I see. I'm glad you're buying stuff that seems to suit you.
Yeah, they come with their own tags as well.
Oh.
That's nice.
Oh, nice.
Is it an online store or a physical store?
Online. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Where are you from, Christine? Are you in America?
Oh yeah, this is my first thing. I'm in California.
Oh,
So-
where California?
We're around San Francisco, so
I heard it's raining really hard in California. You experienced any of it?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's
say
raining
you
right
should.
now.
I was gonna say.
Oh, no.
You said where?
What?
I'm in the UK,
What?
Scotland.
What?
Oh, okay.
And I'm
I was gonna say. I was gonna say.
Do I
when
still
you
have
said,
my? No, I don't. I'm on a different computer. I don't have my no symbol. Damn it.
I sent a message.
I'll just have to deal with it.
Or does that make Justin Bieber King JB? That is.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
almost said King BJ.
Uh-oh. Oops. Well, you never know with Justin. You never know.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go through everybody in order. Final questions and comments. All right, Christine.
Hi. So I was going to ask, since it's a new year, what kind of movies that we should look forward to or keep an eye out.
Let's see.
Sonic 3 for next year.
Well,
Sonic 2024.
that's a good
Yeah.
question actually, because I'm just going to go through my watch list and
I'm
filter
excited
it by
for the new
year.
Ari Aster, Bo is Afraid in April. That'll be
Yeah,
awesome.
I need to do a trailer reaction to that apparently, because apparently it doesn't spoil anything. So we'll see. But
Oh,
obviously,
I didn't watch the trailer, but if that's the
Yeah.
case, sure, I'll watch the trailer.
people are implying that like it looks weird, but it doesn't say anything about what it's about or anything. So let's see. I'm just going to organize by release date here.
I know a couple of ones are coming out. I think the new Martin Scorsese is coming out this year. Killer Flowers of the Moon. That'll be an Apple TV movie apparently. That'll be
can't see
awesome.
that.
I think Yorgos Lanthimos has a new movie coming out. That'll probably be around film
Probably,
season. Called
yeah,
Poor
hold on.
Things with Emma Stone, I think. So
All right.
that'll be cool. I can't
So
think of anything else really. Doom Part 2, though, that's a good one.
My watch list has Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, directed by James Wan.
All right.
That will be interesting because we'll see, like, okay, will they try to like
take Amber Heard out?
I mean, like, will they try to minimize her role in the film? Like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
We gotta take her out.
Luca Guadagnino has a new movie coming out called Challengers, and Zendaya is in it, so that should be interesting.
That'll be fun.
Bo is Afraid, obviously. And then let's see, who is this director? Oh, yeah, there's apparently a Nicolas Cage playing a Count Dracula or something.
Renfield,
or
I think it's
Nosferatu.
from the same director as the Tomorrow War.
Yeah,
that
so
film.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a trailer or anything, but
There is a trailer, I think.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
Evil Dead
Let's
Rise.
see. There's a Willem Dafoe movie called Inside coming out that has a trailer that I didn't watch but seems interesting. Maybe, I don't know.
The new Cronenberg comes out at the end of this month, I think. Brendan Cronenberg, Infinity Pool or something.
Yeah, I am not excited for that, but I'll watch it.
Sorry for interrupting. Every time I hear Willem Dafoe, I always think of Beyond Two Souls.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
Obviously, M. Night Shyamalan, Knock at the Cabin, coming, I think, February?
Oh, that
And it's
looks very
at the
odd.
beginning of February. One movie that's coming out the same day as the M. Night film is the director of, or at least one of the writers of The Climb, which a movie I really like. This has a movie called 80 for Brady, but it looks like shit. I don't know. It's weird that he went from like The Climb all the way to this.
Yeah, and so I'm actually having a bit of a weird moment here because I'm scrolled to the bottom of my 2023 watch list and there isn't that much on it. So there's probably more that there's probably directors making things. Like, let's see if Lanthimos is making something, because then that would
I
probably
just
be
said
my
so.
pick.
Poor Things. I think that's in
Yeah.
post-production right now. So
Yeah,
I think it'll be
it just
this
wasn't
year,
on my watch
probably.
list, so I just gotta add that or whatever. Let's see. Poor Things. You're sure that's coming out 2023?
Well, it said post-production. I think he filmed it like
so yeah, something like that, I guess.
So I imagine it'll be like a
Oh
release
yeah,
date
maybe
around,
if
like,
I
film.
don't, I wonder if maybe I do my release year range and I increase it, then I'll get some stuff that doesn't have a year on it that's on my watch list, but is supposed to come out 2023.
I know that the new Martin Scorsese is confirmed to be at this year because I think it's going to Cannes Film Festival where it's going to premiere there. So it's probably going to be a 2023 film on Apple TV. So that'll be nice. I'm trying to think of like other films that are coming out this year. The new Wes Anderson is coming out this year. Asteroid City, that got a release date for June, I think.
Okay, yeah. I think just IMDb didn't show everything here. So yeah,
The
new Martin
Mario movie?
Scorsese's coming out next year, right? Killers of
Mario
the Flower
Filmoni,
Moon.
I don't
Okay, yeah,
know.
here we go. Here, there's a bunch of stuff that's on my watch list that doesn't have an exact year on it yet, but is supposed to come out next year, I think. New David Fincher thing called The Killer. I guess Nosferatu might not be 2023.
No, it's not going to be this year. They haven't even started filming that one, so I imagine 2024 or something.
So yeah,
Is a new Tarantino movie come out next year or this year? I guess.
I don't think so.
No, Tarantino's doing a TV show, I think, next.
There's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
There's a new Terrence Malick coming out. There's a new Villeneuve coming out at some point.
Dune Part 2.
I think the new Nathan Fielder, Benny Safdie, Emma Stone show is coming out next year, probably.
I didn't even know about that. Didn't Nathan just have a new show?
Yeah,
like
the rehearsal. It was awesome. It was a great
really
show
good.
on
Yeah,
HBO.
Yeah,
it was like just as emotional as it was funny.
Just scrolling a little bit here.
I'm just trying to think of like other ones. I know there's like a bunch coming out that don't have release dates. The new Christopher Nolan, I think, is coming out this year. Oppenheimer or something.
Oppenheimer,
I've seen the trailer for that, so
No.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, some random stuff that's coming out. Sorry, I couldn't give like a really definitive,
now,
excited
my most
for
anticipated film of the
thing.
year right now, but it could change.
Was Ben Foster directing this? No. Okay. Untitled William S. Burroughs project with Ben Foster in it.
Oh,
William S.
exciting.
Burroughs?
Yeah, I think that's a writer.
No, well, yeah, that is a writer, but is it like an adaptation?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he's dead.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming it would have to be an adaptation. The Human Caterpillar, directed by Tom Six, apparently a sequel to The Human Centipede 3.
Oh wow.
Great.
Untitled
Okay.
Gore Verbinski project.
When's the human millipede?
When's the human butterfly?
Ari Folman, director of a couple movies I enjoyed, The Congress and Waltz with Bashir, has a live action movie coming out called Horseboy. But it's not going to be about
getting a biopic.
It's not going to be about a horse boy. It's about a boy and a horse. So I don't know if it's going to be good.
I wanted a force boy.
Yeah, lame.
Wasn't
Anyway,
there a movie
so
called
sorry.
I was just saying, wasn't there a movie called Horse Girl and it was about
Yeah, I watched it
being-
at Sundance. It was not great.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Thanks.
so yeah, let's continue going. Taylor, final questions, comments?
Yeah. Happy New Year, everybody. First of all, good to see everyone.
Happy New Year to you too,
Happy
Taylor.
New Year to you too, dude. Thanks, guys. And then Adam, can you think of an instance where you predicted the twist of a movie before you even saw it, or like pre?
Yeah, I think. I mean,
can you do your best prediction of the twist for Knock at the Cabin Door?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think in my Prey watch along, I said at the very beginning, like, yeah, this is going to happen at the end of the movie, obviously. And then it did. I don't know if before I've seen the movie, like probably, but I don't know if I can pull one. It seems like I've probably done that. There's a lot of movies that are really predictable. And for Knock at the Cabin, I don't know what my prediction should be. I think my prediction that I made when I watched the full trailer was they'll pretend to have killed one of the characters, and then there'll be a reveal that they didn't, because they have to choose one of them to die. And so obviously they're going to do like a fake out. It'll be like, oh, we killed the girl, and then they just won't have done it. It'll be to like trick the other people or something. Like that's. It seems like that's probably going to happen. They'll do a little fake out thing. All right, thank you so much, Olivia.
Thanks for the Eraserhead.
Oh, awesome! It showed up.
Yeah, it did. I haven't
Awesome.
watched it yet, but thank you.
I finally watched my first David Lynch film. I watched Mulholland Drive recently on 4K. It was awesome.
If David Fincher and David Lynch made a movie, it would be a David Lyncher joint.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Hewlett, final questions or comments?
Okay. Yeah. Does a film's picture quality really have like a big, is it really important for you? Like, if you had like no other means of watching a film, you had to watch it on VHS and things like that. Could your eyes get adjusted to it as long as the film was good?
I mean, yeah, you can. My gripe is not being able to watch something in the best quality available. So if a movie is shot in 4 or 8K and they're editing the entire thing and releasing it in 4K and they release a trailer in 1080p, I'm going to complain about it. If a movie exists in a higher quality, I would like to see it in the best quality available.
And then my comments complain about your complaining.
Good.
Yeah.
Let them complain. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, if it's only available in the worst quality ever, then I'm gonna watch it in the worst quality ever. But oh no, you've done it again.
What is your worst experience you've had with like a Blu-ray 4K?
One of the worst looking Blu-rays is 28 Days Later, because it was shot on like really old digital cameras back when it was more of a stylistic choice and less of a practical means of filmmaking. So the best quality available for that is very pixelated. So there's no point getting, that would be like the most pointless 4K Blu-ray if they ever did 4K, sort of thing. So yeah, that's the worst looking Blu-ray in terms of something that is still the best quality available. And then like
the worst looking DVD is Kimba, right?
I mean,
worst looking,
I guess
worst
so.
Sounding.
Yeah, that was particular. Yeah. All right, that was it. Your question?
Yeah, one last thing. Okay. Do you own any VHSs at all, or no?
I own the Lion King VHS, and I own the Haunted Mask Goosebumps VHS, and I have a bunch of old ones that I'm going to sell at some point.
Was it in your Blu-ray collection you had that Barbie VHS just because it has that one meme that you use or something?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I collect weird things, but
what meme is it?
Just Dwayne. I was just wanted to watch the whole thing. I still haven't. I was like kind of curious what that was.
Yeah.
Dwayne. All right. Thank you so much. Aether Muse.
Oh, right. It's okay if you guys say no, but it's okay if I promote my Twitter and my DeviantArt on here, because
go for it.
Go for it. Sure, I'll follow you because I have a Twitter account now.
Okay, my Twitter account is hold on, let me bring it up on my phone. The Twitter handle, just so I get it completely right, because I changed it recently.
I was gonna make a Twitter account, and then the Elon Musk takeover happened, and I was
I made one recently just because I was afraid of someone impersonating me. I don't use it often, honestly.
It's at big X, small x, hex Neko, small x, big X. Hex Neko.
I don't know. I don't know if the capital. I don't think it's case sensitive, so you can just say XX.
They're never case
XX,
sensitive.
Hex Neko, XX, no space. And I will just put my DeviantArt right here.
You could put it in the chat if that's better for you.
Yeah, I put it in the chat. That's
sure. Cool.
Okay. Thanks. And did you have a question or comment also, or was that it?
I think that was it. I don't really.
That's
have
fine.
Any.
I was just curious.
That's
Thank you
okay.
so much. BC 467.
All right, well, I have two things: a game recommendation and a question regarding like a film I watch along or something like that. And a good question is, do you plan on seeing the new Noah Baumbach White Noise anytime soon?
Not anytime soon. I was kind of well, so it's on Netflix now, and there was like some downtime, kind of like on New Year's Day, there, after partying, just like bit of like a resting kind of hangover thing. I started playing it thinking like, like maybe I don't have to do a watch along sort of thing. And I was watching it with my boyfriend, and we got like, I don't know, the first like 15 minutes, I was like, it's kind of boring. This is not like, I'll watch this at some point, but I'm not really going to go out of my way to, because it's like a really long movie too.
Yeah,
so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if I'm not that excited to watch it, I'll watch it eventually when I wind up doing my list thing. It's not like there's a lot of people that would be watching my review if I posted a review of it. So I don't really. Yeah, I'm not gonna be watching it anytime soon. Unfortunately, sorry.
All right, yeah, I had some thoughts on it. I watched the entire thing with my brother because he was kind of hyping it up because I mentioned that this was the film that he got to see some filming of because they filmed some scenes in the first act in his university that he had, and he was kind of like excited to watch it with me, and we both were like, yeah, this could have been better, honestly. We didn't hate the film by any means, and it was cool seeing locations that he's been to in the film, but it felt way too long, and there was the acting was inconsistent. Like, I liked Adam Driver in the film, and Don Cheadle was surprisingly good in the film, but the child acting wasn't great, and Greta Gerwig, when she had to actually like emote in the film, was not good. So
yeah, it didn't seem like a particularly like great movie.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I gave it a 6. It might be down to a 5 if I because it's just I barely remember anything about it other than just like, oh cool, I got to see some locations I know in the film, but it wasn't great. And I don't know, I wish it was better. I like Noah Baumbach, other films, but this is probably his weakest film, I'd say. And then the other thing I was going to do, I have a game recommendation, not necessarily for like a stream, but there's a game I've been playing recently that is like really good. That it's called it's a roguelike indie game called Vampire Survivors. I've been playing that recently.
I've heard good things about that. Yeah, I heard it like invented a genre.
It's kind of is. It's like it'd be a good game, honestly, to do like an exercise stream on because you don't have to do much. It's not like Hades.
I don't do video game exercise streams anymore because I don't do. I have like personal trainer for exercise now, so I don't do I don't do my exercise bike while I play games anymore. And also just because when I was doing that a lot, it was kind of fucking up my knee more. So I just yeah. But I might, if I play Vampire Survivors, it might be like on a plane ride on my Steam Deck. I think you can play it on
makes
Steam
sense.
Deck.
It's a game I've been playing recently, and it's awesome. I got it recently because it was on Game Pass. So that's how I was able to play it on my Xbox. And it's like at first I wasn't a huge fan of it, the way you control it, but then I started playing more of it, and I'm like, this is like a really good roguelike, I'd say. If you it's like Hades except without the button mashing. That's how I would describe the game in general. If you want to play it on the on your Steam Deck, it's definitely worth doing it still because it's like a game where it's hard to describe the game because it's like it feels similar but it's also its own thing, and it's an awesome game. And
yeah, I think I'll just have to remember to put it on my Steam Deck, and then I'll play it on an airplane or something.
Is it on Switch? I want to know if that's the case. That's all I have. It's not on Switch. Okay, well.
It might get a port someday.
It'll probably get a port because it's an easy game to port on Switch. I think it's on Xbox and I think Steam right now. And it's easy to play on the Steam Deck. And I think that's all I have. Honestly, that's I enjoy your videos, Adam, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I also recommend Vampire Survivor. It's good.
Yeah, I've heard good things. Thank you.
Good game.
Easy games.
I'm just gonna put it into the chat. I'm not really gonna talk much.
Sure. I'm just reading it. Should I read it out loud or should I just?
Yeah, you can read it out loud.
Okay. I saw a bunch of merchandise for Baby Yoda when I was Christmas shopping with my mom, and I was so annoyed at how obnoxious it was that he was plastered everywhere. I want to know if there's ever been a widespread merchandise for a property that you also thought was annoying. I remember being mildly annoyed seeing merchandise for the Lion Guard when it first became a thing because I was just mildly annoyed that that was something that existed. But now I'm okay with it. I don't know if there's a particular merchandise. Most of the times I've been annoyed have been Lion King related because sometimes I would see they would have the Funko Pops for like Lion King 2019. I'm like, you just made them cartoony though, so you're like, and if you're gonna make merchandise for the new movie, you have to make them cartoony again, but just different from the '94 movie. And it's like, well, don't even make the merchandise then if you have to make them cartoony. Like it's not even the same movie anymore. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then I got a game recommendation if you don't mind me saying
Sure.
it.
Not at all.
So it's a game called Fez.
Oh,
It's,
I've played.
I know
through
about that game.
I didn't beat it though.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed what I played, but there's nothing that's been like I think I got like stuck on one part. I couldn't figure out what to do. And then I like came back to it eventually at one point, and then I was still stuck, and then there was nothing that compelled me to continue. And I think this was before I had a game stream, maybe. I don't think I streamed it. But I enjoyed
Right,
it for
yeah.
what it was, though. I did enjoy
Yeah,
the
and actually,
vibes.
fun fact, the people that made it, or the person that scored that game, is also the same person that scored the soundtrack for It Follows, Disaster
Oh,
Piece.
yeah.
Really
And one of
interesting.
and actually both the film and the game share like an almost identical track. I forget what
Yeah,
it's
there's
called,
some
but
similar instrumentation happening too.
yeah, it's the same track I think that plays in your review when you get into spoiler
Oh,
talk,
yeah?
just for reference.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, I just never mind.
It's all good. Veranda. Hello.
Hey, I was gonna ask this earlier, but
Sure.
I don't think I got the chance. But what was your opinion of like Black Panther 2?
I didn't watch it because it looked very long, and I was already very busy with moving. A lot of just things that like were occupying my time to such a degree that I was like, okay, this doesn't even look that entertaining, and it's very long. And when it's in theaters, it takes more time out of my day because it's like you got to go there early and buy the ticket and like, you know, transportation to and from the theater, and like sometimes, you know, if you're out, you want to like get a meal or something, make a whole day out of it, and then it's like, okay, well,
I was
I just didn't have enough time.
It feels like it's like milking Chadwick Boseman's death for
Mhm.
like for clout. Like they play so many clip compilations of archive footage from Chadwick Boseman.
I feel like a movie like that would at a certain point almost feel like obligated to do that, because if they didn't, it would be seen like as disrespectful, whether or not it actually is. I think that's probably what they would be worried about.
You probably.
Yeah.
Also, like I don't know, I feel like it's a shame to not bring back Kendrick if you had him on the first soundtrack, because he was
I
like
didn't
my
even know.
honestly, he was like one of my favorite things about the first movie, just the fact that he did the soundtrack for it. And like, no hate to Rihanna at all, you know, but she's not Kendrick.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yep.
Oh, I forgot. I'm gonna head off.
Sure.
I'll see you guys next month.
Bye bye. Thanks for joining.
I'll see you next month as well.
Bye.
I'm not busy.
Bye bye. All right. Colin.
I'm gonna head out as well, by the way.
All right. No
Bye,
worries.
Easy
Have a good one.
Games.
Thank you.
Bye.
I think I have to head out too, but thanks guys.
Okay. So I have one question and also a film recommendation. So my question is, since Blonde was discussed today, that got me thinking. Has there ever been a film that I guess I would say like intensely disliked, which also had amazing visuals? Because I really didn't enjoy Blonde at all, but it was very well shot. Like it was obscenely well shot for that film. Really, it kind of made me sad.
Sometimes it's like there's ambition and talent, but just it's going in the wrong direction, and you don't understand the choices. So like, Holy Motors was a movie like that. I think that the first third of it at least has some really interesting visuals going on, some really cool looking shots in it, but Holy Motors. And there's also Uncle Boonmee has some great visuals, but is painfully slow and mostly pointless and frustrating, in my opinion. So yeah, there's a few. I don't know if there's like a huge big title I can think of though.
The closest I could think of a movie I saw
one.
the closest I could think of a movie that I didn't really like that much, but had great animation was Wendell Wild. That had like awesome animation. It was the new Henry Selick. Like the animation was awesome.
Yeah.
And some of the voice acting was pretty good, but then like the story sucked, and I don't know.
Wait, did you say Wendell and Wild?
Yeah, the new Henry Selick. I didn't like it that much.
That I did not know that came out. I haven't been.
Oh
playing
yeah,
on
it's on
Netflix.
Netflix. It came out and nobody said anything about it because it was
So it's
very
not good
unspecial.
then, or at least that's what a BC.
It's
40.
there's some good
There's parts of it that
animation.
are good. It's not a great movie.
Oh, that's a shame. I was excited for that. I really like Henry Selick.
Yeah, I saw it at
Yeah,
TIFF. It was a little underwhelming.
It is my least favorite film of him. I haven't seen Monkey Bone to be fair, but it is probably my least favorite thing that he's made. Although the animation was awesome and there was some fun voice acting and some good jokes in there, but the story just sucked, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. All right, was that it, Colin?
Oh, and for my film recommendation, is the 2013 adaptation, reimagining or whatever of Fyodor Dostoevsky's The Double with Jesse Eisenberg and.
I think I tried watching that.
Oh,
yeah, I did watch it. I gave it a 6.
I would probably give it, I don't know, maybe around a 7 or an 8. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was pretty effective.
Might have enjoyed it more without Jesse Eisenberg because I really don't like him. I don't know why.
I actually thought he was pretty great for that role, but I understand why people don't like him.
He's off-putting to me. I don't know why. Yeah, Richard. That's his most recent movie he directed. What the fuck? He hasn't directed anything since.
Richard,
Ayoade, I forget how to pronounce his name. Ayoade.
I think it's Ayoade, I think.
Something
I
like
thought
that.
his direction was great.
I thought
hope
Submarine
he
was
directs
good.
something soon.
Yeah, what the hell? It's been like 10 years. Maybe he just doesn't like doing it.
Yeah.
Weird.
But that's it for me. That's all.
Cool. Thank you so much. LD.
Hey, just wanted to say, keep up the great content.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right. I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then start streaming on my Twitch channel and possibly the Watch Alongs channel. There's 2 episodes of The Kingdom Season 3 that I want to get through. It looks like I'll be taking a bit of a break off stream. I got to make a phone call anyway, so but I'll be back doing that at some point in the next, I don't know, probably 30 minutes or so. And yeah, I guess if Torakin's not awake yet, I'll do some podcast editing. But anyway, thank you for joining. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for your support on Patreon.
Happy Shrek. I'll see you
Happy
next month,
Shrek.
guys. Assuming I'm not busy with college stuff, but see ya.